I never deny. Yeah, I told you I would never fold, even in the cold. I never lose my hope, back against the ropes. The sun's flower from the concrete is where I rose. It's just perspective, ain't no location for highs and lows. I can't believe the lie no more, the truth is in my soul. Holy Spirit, hold my pen, I'm writing with a ghost. The war's on, my hands are up, I'm fighting on 10 toes. I ain't come this far, fight this hard to make myself known. And I can't switch sides no more, the fork is in the road, yeah. And I'm trying to eat, yeah. My plate garnished with goals. I keep my faith to Yahweh, keep subscribing to.
Afternoon down on the East Coast and Ontario. Anyway, going to be joined here in a little bit, hopefully momentarily, by Tara. I know a couple of you have definitely asked, well, more than a couple of you have asked for how Tara's doing. And she just mentioned when I was speaking with her that she volunteered to do that. She's like, would you like me to come and make an appeal for information? And I said, absolutely. Please come on. Please let us know how you're doing. And because people are asking, lots of people were asking. And I said to her last night, that you guys were sending your love and prayers to her. So it'll be great. Anyway. So this is why we're doing this, right? I mean, it's not just a human, compassionate, good thing, right? There are people that we know, some of us, and some of us don't. Funnily enough, I was speaking to another person about that, saying that how beautiful it is to see all these people coming together behind a cause and standing up for the right thing. And we just need a few more people to keep coming out of the woodwork and sharing what they know and information that they have, pictures and videos and things like that. So the information for that is located, that's what they say, right? Below, there should be contact information. There's tips. There's an email there for me. There is a Twitter DM. You can also reach any of those people also listed. I highly suggest that you go and subscribe to them because they are also working very, very hard. The other YouTubers that are listed there, and that be Adrian, Just My Stupid Opinion, who, funnily enough, may be joining me tonight, fingers crossed, for a live stream because he's always a good time. And he and I seem to we gel well together. So he's working hard, and his channel is below. He made an excellent video the other day. Wow, definitely in probably the top 3 of videos, and I've seen a lot of videos in my time, a lot. And his was really good. Lots of passion, true. He always makes great stuff, but this was just really took the cake for me. And Steve, LTT, very active, very helping a lot, of course, also. And Kage, funnily enough, kind of quiet, sits in the background, but he's definitely there. So please subscribe to them. Feel free to send them tips as well, because this is a group effort. Everybody's working real hard. Happy Sunday from Tracy. How's it going, Aikichi? Weed, my buddy. Who else do we have in here? Maya, very active, leaving comments. How are you doing today? Bruce and Lynn. It seems that, somebody named Paul Plango joined the Discord. Is it Paul Plango? I don't know, but excellent. One pissed off Anglo. How's it happening? So we'll wait until Tara joins us. I just was so excited. I had to get on. It was really nice of her to just, she's like, hey, do you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. People want to know what's going on. How are your guys' day going? I wonder if that is the Paul Plango. Do you think that's the Paul Plango? I also noticed another person in there, the Indo Blue, joined the group. Indo Blue. Did you guys have a chance to look at the Oh Dear video? The Oh Dear video. Very good, right? hopefully that's going to start to go a little bit viral there. Really great job. Oh, you're high, are you? Well, weed. I'm shocked. With a name like that, I thought you were sober all the time. Son of Rambo. Is Rambo son of Rambo? Is he a pacifist? Is he a pacifist? I don't know. So who is Tara? Yes, okay. So just for those of you who do not know, this was how, funnily enough, I do a lot of this stuff, even though there's nothing existing on my YouTube channel prior to all of this nonsense. There was a lot there at one point, but it all got put into private. But Tara is an old friend of mine from YouTube, old friend of Adrian's, old friend of Steve's. Is very much a well-known person within kind of this YouTube community. I think Plaid Army people over there know who she is. She's an old YouTuber, and a good friend of mine personally offline. So she called on the night of the or the morning, I suppose that would be, sadly, of the 19th. Her brother, sister-in-law, and her niece, that would be Aaron Tuck's family, died. And so in the Portapic shooting. So, that was obviously a very emotional, tragic phone call to get in the middle of the morning. I remember ringing and I'm like, oh my goodness, she's calling here. What the hell is she doing up at 3 a.m? Hitters, smoke them if you got them. Rah, rah. It sounds like Dennis Leary. Didn't he say that? Smoke them if you got them. I love Dennis Leary. He's Irish. He's related to a lot of people, funnily enough. Aren't all Irish people, though. Damn those Irish. Damn them. So that's my personal tie to it. And so I said to her, listen, whatever, I came back to YouTube for a specific reason, which I'm not going to get into at this point in time. Any of you who know me from prior know exactly what that is. And so I did start back making YouTube, and I was like, I'm dropping everything. Let's get on this one. Let's see what we can do. Many of you great people. Rabbi just put out a video. I'm very excited. I'll be going and watching that. He actually did make a really great video the other day. I don't like them stirring the pot all the time, but whatever. They do make good stuff sometimes. So please join us over on the Discord here. We've got lots of great people. What are we up to? 13 plus 159 people. Wow. Getting bigger. So lots of good people in here sharing all kinds of information. There's pictures, there's videos, there's lots of discussion. Sometimes there's fighting. I guess apparently, sadly, I'm hearing that. Hopefully there won't be too much of that anymore. I don't censor. I don't kick people out. I don't care what you say to me or to other people. And Steve and Adrian are exactly the same way. Even though probably sometimes that should happen, unless somebody's making threats to somebody else. Say all you want. That's how you learn, right? That's how I learn anyway. So that was my tie to this whole thing, and I think it's making headway. We're all making headway because it's a group thing. This is not, one guy. This is 159, right? And plus those of you who watch the videos who aren't in the Discord. Lots of people who are still sending tips and things like that, but we need those to keep coming in. That's really important. I sound like who is it? Jerry's kids always making an appeal on a telephone. Please send more money. I don't want your money. I want your information. Very important. Very important, because that's how we're going to do this. That's how we've done it this far. And these people are on the run. Let's see who's there. Somebody's in the background fixing her hair. How you doing?
Good. You?
Oh, good.
I can only do so much.
Hopefully we won't get any echo. Oh.
Oh, am I echoing?
You're echoing. Do you have the headphones?
Hold on.
One moment, please.
Un momento, por favor.
The echo disappeared, but I think it may come back. Tends to do that.
Are we good? Are we good, or do you want me to chain myself to the computer?
Are we good? Do you want to change? Oh, look at that. We lost her. I wonder if she got RCMP'd. Kibosh. Hopefully she'll join us back here in a minute. So that's my Thai, and Tara is a fantastic person. But we need that. She needs that. This is why we're doing it, right? Those of you who aren't personally involved, it is our just our good humanitarian spirit. Is she there? I see a white screen. Oh, there she goes.
I don't know what happened.
You got RCMP'd.
Yeah, right? No, I'm just special. My computer complains to its computer friends about its operator when I'm not around.
User error?
At least.
That's what.
How's the echo? Am I still echoing, or do you want me to put the headphones in?
It does echo a little bit.
Okay, let's see if this is any better.
Good day, Mike, Linda, and Chrissy.
Pardon me?
I just was saying hello to some more friends.
Score.
So how have you been?
Hanging around, waiting for my NBA contract. As usual.
Somebody asked you about that, though, you told me one day.
Somebody asked me. Oh! Yeah, it's funny because I've been saying that since I was a kid because, of course, I'm 5 foot fuck all and have zero basketball skills. Actually, I play pretty good basketball for someone who can't play basketball, actually.
What are you doing with that knife?
It's a nail file.
Well, it's a dangerous weapon.
It's a weapon now.
It'll get you shot down there.
It is.
In your own house, you'll probably have a nail file. They'll shoot you.
Don't even get me started. That whole New Glasgow thing with the rainbow crosswalk, like, you've got to be kidding. They spent actual police hours finding out who left a skid mark on a fucking rainbow crosswalk. Really?
Just take your own sleeve.
You're 5 foot fuck all too. Nice.
You guys are going to form an FBI an NBA team. FBI, they're all the same.
Yeah,
you're going to form an NBA team. There's hitters.
Yeah, NBA not big enough to play basketball.
Not big enough. Not big enough.
Right.
So lots of people.
Let me click on this. I forgot to click on the thing, so I can't see the chat. Hey, everybody. Hitters, you guys smoke weed? Oh, I smoke weed too. Check it out.
I don't have those kinds of things on my show.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Seamus is a good boy. He tries to abide by living the clean life. It's all you hooligans who are taking him down.
Yes. As you smoke cigarettes and drink Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly. No, coffee.
What's the black shit? How do you take? Oh, did you? Excellent. I'm not addicted to coffee. I drink it because I want to.
I think I'm very much addicted. My girlfriend's daughter was asking me the other day if my mom was to quit eating sugar for a week and you were to quit smoking and drinking coffee for a week, who do you think would win? And I was like, The
the
sugar is not
mom.
really an addiction. Oh, but it is for
It
her.
is an addiction. Oh, it is for anyone. There's a scientific study that you can actually watch where they expose rats to sugar and get them addicted to it, and they expose them to cocaine, and sugar's more addictive to them than cocaine. No shit. When I cut sugar, hey Faye, when I cut sugar out of my diet, I can actually smell it. If somebody gets a coffee from Tim Hortons or something with sugar in it, I can smell the chemicals in it without even drinking it.
Oh, really?
As soon as you cut it out, oh yeah. I use raw sugar, organic, non-GMO. Yep, totally. Pepsi, diabetes in a bottle. They also get some of their flavoring from Sinomex, which is that company that gives you the aborted fetal cells in your food.
Oh my God, you're gonna get tinfoil.
Anyway, I'm sorry. You know what? Everything is tinfoil.
What are you bringing here? You're bringing like bongs and tinfoil hats. What are you doing?
I'm rolling a joint. I know. I'm a bad influence, Seamus. Your mom would probably tell you to not hang around with people like me.
I think she'd probably say reverse. She knows me. She knows me all too well from my past. God love her soul.
Well,
I think. Sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Your mom is awesome. I've never met her, but I have a shit ton of respect for her.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. In fact, she sent me a message the other day. I haven't talked to her in a little while. I think that's probably my doing. But anyway, we'll just leave that alone. And of course, because I don't do anything wrong.
I know. Everyone knows.
But she's like, I miss you. I haven't heard you. What is the name of your YouTube channel again? What is it that you do? I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's funny. She's funny. I hope I get to meet her someday.
Well, she's good times. Yeah, we're gonna have to come down there and have a little visit. So
yeah, it's true.
It's better for you than smoke, says Ms. Fox.
What, smoking weed?
Smoking weed.
That shit is legal. Yep, it is way better for you. I firmly believe that if you grew a field of tobacco in your backyard and cut it down and smoked it, you would be just fine. But it's all the shit that they put in there. It's all the chemicals and the filter and all that shit. But if you just had, like, instead of TMs, you had rolled cigarettes from your own patch of tobacco or your buddies up the street, you'd be fine.
When I was in boarding school, if you got caught smoking, they were a little strict at my boarding school, would be a very big understatement. Very big. But anyway, we got beat daily, or at least I did. So one of the things was you could not smoke. And if you smoked, they would have you, you had to run. We always had to run every Sunday. It was very outdoor program oriented. I think it was Sunday or Saturday. You had to run. And then anyways, but you had to run. If you didn't make a certain time on the run, you had to run all week. So basically everybody was running all the time. For sure me. Anyway. There was a guy from Africa. I know for sure he didn't run all the time. He never had to run. No. It was like 18 minutes, 5 miles or whatever the hell it was. And so you had to run. If you got caught smoking, you had to run every day for, I think it was 2 weeks or a month. And you had to write this test. The test, though, however, was very difficult. And you had to name every single chemical that was in cigarettes. Was one of them. And there were over 50 chemicals in cigarettes. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, G's out. See you later, G. And Faye's getting
See you, G. Have a good day. Getting pissed off about my native smokes don't have. Right? Bigots have a great stream.
He just gets here and he leaves. I mean, I think it's something to do with, I just need to not speak as much. Please.
No, I disagree. It's probably my content talking about smoking weed and shit. People don't want to hear that crap.
Well, Faye still comes around, and I'm smoking all the time, and she's getting tempted constantly. So.
She puts up with a lot of shit from me too.
I don't know, these people. They're just loyal to the bone. Now,
Frenchton's. I am in Nova Scotia. I do have a YouTube channel, but I put all my videos as private because I was getting a lot of crap that I had to deal with. So there's no content on my channel right now.
You need
everything's
to send
hidden
Seamus over there. I didn't know that. I would have come and dropped through down. No problem. Let's go.
What's that?
If somebody's harassing you, you know what I'm going to do.
Oh, fuck. And it wasn't even that. I was getting like emails at my personal email. I was getting, like I set that GoFundMe page so that only donators could send messages to me. And then they undid that setting and I was getting messages anyway. And I was like, holy fuck, I don't like this. People can be really nice, but some people, wow. They can be really mean. I don't think the mean people are authentic. Like, I hope that those people were literally put there just to, like, upset me and that real people don't think that you would actually set up a GoFundMe page just to get money. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sad. It's really sad to think that somebody would really think that I would do that, first of all. And it's really sad to think that other people would actually use something like this as a way to get money. Like, how do you live? How do you sleep? I don't know.
There's some really interesting cats, sadly, that have come out of the woodwork, but I guess this is kind of the way our society
Thanks, Faye.
is.
Good job.
You know, yeah. I don't know. Like, you get 1 year.
It's a weird.
So you get a chip.
Fuck yeah.
Card, actually.
That's awesome.
You get a cake?
When I quit smoking, I found.
Sorry.
Do you get a cake?
In AA.
Do you get a cake at AA?
For the first birthday,
nice.
Or actually for every birthday, you get a cake. So you get two.
It's a hard thing. I would suggest that quitting drinking would be harder than quitting smoking because when you go out in public, not everybody smokes. But even people who quote unquote don't drink still have a glass of wine or they still have parties where people, you know what I mean? You're not always exposed to cigarette smoke, but everybody drinks at least a beer or a glass of wine, even people who say they don't really drink.
It absolutely is a very prevalent thing in society, but you know, some people fine with, and other people they like to take it a little far. I was one of those people.
Well, when I quit smoking cigarettes, I found initially it was very easy to quit for the first like 2 months. And after the third month, I went right back to it. I don't know. At first, I was gung-ho, and I guess maybe I probably went drinking and needed a cigarette.
You lasted a month.
Yep.
Wow.
2 months.
2 months.
When I was about 22, yeah. I haven't smoked in a really long time now, but yeah, initially I lasted 2 months, and then I went drinking and
can somebody
needed to smoke.
Faye, please? Okay.
Still drink beer every day. Good job.
We don't have that over here. We don't do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Hang on just 2 seconds. I just need to get a lighter. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Gav, I absolutely do need the pictures. Somebody else volunteered to do that. I have asked around a little bit peripherally. I don't like to ask because if it was me down there, you know what I'm doing. But if you are willing to go, I would really appreciate kind of some specifically Orchard Beach Drive and down at the end, Caboquid Road. If you can contact me on Twitter or email me at the email below and just mention that you're the person that I'm speaking with, that would be great. I don't think I've seen Gav before. That's a new one. Burned Out Rage. Look at how many people you draw. 45 people.
I can't draw. Well, I hope everybody's doing. I hope everyone's doing really well. This is a crazy ongoing situation, and I don't even know what to say about it. I really don't.
Well, they can get you better internet and telecommunications down there. I think that would be a start. None of the 5G, but if they could actually just throw up a cell phone tower. My God, I feel like I'm talking.
Yeah, right. I know. I have to stand in a certain position with my arms up and one of those fucking metal coat hangers.
Yeah, what did you say on that phone call with that certain journalist? I can't quite remember. It was really funny. I'm going to move a certain way, and yeah.
It's weird because I put people on speakerphone and I don't move the phone and they can hear me and then it's gone. And it's me that's moving.
It's you. Well, it's always your fault, don't you know?
I know. I'm white. It's always my fault.
That's the way
it's just the way it is. I've grown to accept it. It's just my fault. I wake up saying, "Don't worry, it's my fault. I did it. I did it all."
Yeah, you got to get as much guilt as possible. This is the best way to do things.
Well, you know what made me laugh recently actually is, Tatamagouche, awesome. Nice, I love it up there. It's beautiful. My favorite thing recently in the media is the syrup thing. The Aunt Jemima. She's not allowed on our syrup anymore, didn't you know? Because it's racist?
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah, they're taking Aunt Jemima away, which to me seems more racist, right? We're removing a black woman from a bottle of syrup.
Yes, I mean,
I don't know why.
She's infamous.
She is infamous. She's part of our fucking culture, our heritage. Everybody knows Aunt Jemima. So everybody, remember the talking bottle? What are they going to replace her with?
Oh, that was Butterworth. Wasn't that Mrs. Butterworth?
Oh, was it? You could be right.
I don't know. I never went for those corn syrup things.
Me neither. I'm a maple syrup. I buy that fucking cheap corn syrup shit for when people visit me because I use maple syrup, but that shit's expensive and I don't let people come to my house and use my maple syrup.
Yeah. You want to come stay with me, you better bring your own. Otherwise, you're getting...
Yeah, bring your own syrup. I always ask, do you have a preference to the kind of syrup you use? And if you're not smart enough to know, I give you that fucking cheap shit because if you don't know, I'm not spending my maple syrup on you. Well, if you're smart enough to know, I will.
Lots of people don't even know what the taste is. It's funny, specifically down in, and I'm not slagging on Americans at all. But, I have American family. So when I go down to them, they didn't really know necessarily. Well, actually, one of my uncles did, and he would always ask me to bring it. Always like, bring the maple syrup when you come. But the rest of them, they didn't know. And plus, then they would call orange juice, which I'm not a particular fan of, but they call that, what is it, that Sunny D or something? They call that orange.
Oh,
like, ugh.
That's nasty shit. Oh.
You go and ask for an orange juice in some restaurants, they give you Sunny D. I'm like, this is disgusting. Who would drink that?
It's not even real food. It's just chemicals, isn't it?
Well, isn't that everything now?
Pretty much.
Unless you want to pay $30.
Unless it says, and it's true. You're right. And unless it says like organic, non-GMO, and I have no proof of this, but that non-GMO project stamp is on everything. And I feel like, is it just a stamp you stick on shit so I have to pay more for it? I don't really know.
Well, I mean, I know that you and I have discussed the organic stuff before. Tara and I have a great relationship offline. Like, we used to have like hours and hours of conversation.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's funny, the shit that we fucking talk about. Well, when I first started waking up and you pointed out all these things to me that I was learning, I couldn't sleep because it was all fucking with me in my head. Remember, I used to watch chicken videos just so I could deal with it and go to sleep.
Yeah. You'd call me. You're like, I figured out the new way to get the feathers off. I'm going to build it. I'm like, oh, okay. This is interesting. If I ever need the feathers off, I know who to come to. But who was that was commenting earlier? They missed your videos all about prepping. Of course,
Yeah.
like all your awesome stuff with the growing in the trays and things like that. Very helpful to all of us who are not in the know on that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm having challenges here right now. We've got a bear that ripped open our garbage box, and it seems it's huge. Its paw prints are massive. And we've also got something that is like hunting our chickens. I was telling you that Amy, a friend of mine, my Adam's sister, moved in. She's got a couple of cats, and my cat is a hunter, and he's been hunting things. And they sort of keep all the chickens in an area, and you'll see the cat sort of on the outskirts of the area laying there looking around. But we've lost more than half of our chickens. I lost 11 babies in one night, I think I told you. Whatever it was killed all 11, which is so shitty. And yeah, we found piles of feathers, and it's either a weasel or possibly a fox.
Ooh, a weasel. Those are nasty buggers.
Yeah. They are, and they can get into any tiny little space, like you don't even know. Well, apparently there was a mink farm not too far from here.
Ooh,
and when they shut down, they just let them all go. So we've got them everywhere. Yeah, it could be a red fox.
So you can.
We have red foxes here. You could if you had enough of them. Yeah, and with the amount of chickens they're eating, they're probably big enough to make at least a hat. Yeah. Well, they're eating well around, right?
Shouldn't you get a coat out of them? Anyway?
Everybody likes chicken. I'm thinking so, at least.
Oh, I think I'm gonna. Let's see how many people tune out with my humor. So praise everybody as to how you're doing. What's been going on with you?
Honestly, it's a weird thing. Because I live so far in the woods, and I don't, because of my connection with Aaron being the adopted, so on and so forth, I'm not really, you know what, and I shouldn't really say that. I have this one particular officer who I get the feeling is the guy who deals with all the families and stuff.
Yes.
But I don't know that for sure because I'm not really in contact with any of the families except Jolene's mom, and I, connect to each other and kind of that, not a lot, very often, but she's having a hard time, but she's tough as fucking nails. I can see why Jolene was so strong. Can you hang on just a second?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Adam?
So we can, she'll be back here in a minute. How do I do this here? Do I do like this? There we go. And I think I can bring her back somehow. Playing with buttons, I don't even know. Weasels, badgers, wolverines. You should get wolverines occasionally out at the ranch. They're pretty brutal animal. Cougars, bears. We got Burned Out Rage, whose cat takes on bears. That's madness. Wonder if he took on Mr. Wortman's bear. Out of the ranch, we have my grandfather's old bench from in his judge's chambers. And okay, now how do I get this back here? Here she is. What do I do?
Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get you back.
It says I'm good. No.
Okay, well, there's you.
Oh, there I am.
There's us. There we go. I'm learning new
Party
things
on,
every
Wayne.
day. You have fishers down there.
Adam and Amy just came home, so I just wanted to let them know I was on live in case they didn't feel like being on TV.
Oh, okay. Do we need to let you go?
Oh, we're good. They're outside. They're totally awesome. They're just chilling out there. But they said, "Can you put the bong and the weed over to the right-hand side so we don't have to be on TV?" Yep, I can do that.
That's an admission.
We're a bunch of fucking drug addicts here. Your cat hunts bears. I think my cat will too. He's not scared of anything. He's like 20 pounds and he's a total hunter. He actually yesterday brought a chipmunk into the house and let it go. So I was chasing a fucking chipmunk around here for 20 minutes.
Did he make peanut butter? What is it? Is it chipmunk?
No.
Yeah. Skippies? Was it Skippies?
Squirrels. Squirrel.
Squirrels. Peanut
The
butter.
one with the peanut on top, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I miss that. I don't eat a lot of peanut butter anymore. My girlfriend's huge into peanut butter. Have a toast, she says all the time to the kids. Have a toast. I'm like, a toast is not the way that you say that. It's actually, I'm a total English Nazi, you know. And
yeah, me too.
But that's not.
It's bad.
It's not the way that you say it. It's actually toast. It's not like shrimps.
I don't know what fishers are. Adam and Amy would know. No, I know what you mean. I buy peanut butter, but I'm a fucking organic, non-sugar kind of person. So our peanut butter is just that. It's organic with no sugar and it's all natural.
That organic stuff, that's what I was going to say earlier. You know, I know that you and I get into a bit of disagreement on that occasionally about the organic stuff, because the organic stuff is a bit sketchy.
Well, yeah, because even if they grow it, if it's non-GMO, they don't use any chemicals on it, it's still getting rained on with the chemicals from the air and the chemtrails and all this other shit. It can't possibly be completely organic at all. No matter, even at our place, I have a well, but that well water comes from the rain, which is filled with chemicals to begin with.
Yeah.
So all you could do is, it's loaded with it. My soil out here is not bad. I mean, other than obviously the chemtrails and shit I have no control over, but the people who built our house knocked down the trees and cleared the land and everything. So, and it's in the middle of nowhere. So it's not like it's got extra chemicals, but yeah, nobody's free from the chemtrails and shit.
I thought with the super reception that you had, you were in the city. I guess
I know. Deceiving.
I don't know. And your awesome roads.
You know what? If I didn't have CAA, I'd just need a fucking 4x4. Well, I have a 4x4 and I still need CAA. So I had a horse.
You know what you can use, because I found this now through the through all this investigative process, is you can just buy an RCMP cruiser. That will take you through fields. It'll take you up mountains.
Yeah,
there you go.
It will. You know what? I'm going to talk to that man from New Brunswick and see what he can offer me as far as a brand new off the floor deckled out cop car.
Yeah, just tell him that you're a former.
It's got to be easy to get, right?
Yeah.
Any idiot can get this thing, right? You probably have one of those printing machines at home where you can decal it out for me, I suppose, right? We all have one. I don't have one because I know somebody with one.
Well, I was in the middle of printing off decals when you called, so I didn't know.
I thought.
I'll have to get back to that after we're done, but...
It's so ludicrous that even the people who still believe in 9/11 being what they were told it was can see that this is bullshit. Like, it's not like really we're shining a light on anything that other people can't see as far as this is all bullshit and a great big cover-up. The details, little sketchy, but the big picture, very clear all across. I mean, they had... They were talking about it on the Corbett Report the other day, actually. Did you watch that? I think I sent it to you.
I think you did. You know what? I'm honest, so I'll admit.
And actually, East Coast Canadian was on... There was a section about him. I sent that to you, too. I'm trying to think if it was on the Corbett report or on something else.
Yeah, you
But
sent me
it was a blurb about.
or a certain piece in the
Pardon?
video. Certain piece in the video.
Yeah, there's a certain piece in the video of his video that he was making fun of all the COVIDiots.
Oh, really?
It must have been on a different. Yeah,
On
I sent it to you in Messenger. I'm trying to think if it was. It may or may not have been Corbett, but it was a big something in the U.S.
What's with that guy? He gets all over the place, you know.
East Coast Canadian, yeah. Well, I think James Corbett is actually Canadian living in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. So anything that comes across Canadian, that's a big deal. He'll probably focus or at least spend some time on.
Well, I know some, and I'm not going to get into that because I think that might not be public knowledge, but somebody, down south of the border with a very big production company is talking to him, which is really interesting. So I don't know. We might see him boom, really boom.
Well, that's good.
If anybody has,
I'm surprised.
Sorry.
I'm surprised that we don't have.
Delay, just so
I know there is. How does that? Am I doing something to contribute to that, or is there some way I can?
Yeah, move your fucking house, please.
Jesus Christ. I give a fucking inch you want a goddamn mile. Fuck, Seamus.
Please continue. Yeah, you're talking about Corbett, and I'm just going to find his channel so we can link it in there.
If I change what I'm looking at, do you guys see my screen, or do you still get to see my big head?
You can share your screen if you want to. You just have to let me know. And
No, I didn't want to right now because I was just looking to see what else I might have sent you, but I just wanted to make sure you still got the view of my melon, which is obviously what everybody wants. Just kidding. Let's see.
So he's back. I had him on a couple of weeks ago. He gave me an hour. He's like, I'll give you an hour.
Who?
East Coast.
East Coast? Nice.
I made the video private, but it was a good little visit.
He's pretty busy, I think.
He's a very busy guy. Very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can find his other. He's got quite a few channels. He's been on CBC. He's been on CBC, I think, what did he say? 3 or 4 times in the last year. Popular guy.
God, I sent you a lot of crap that I actually meant to send to somebody else. I'm going back through all this shit that I sent to you, and I'm like this not computer person. I wonder how many other people have gotten messages that weren't for them.
Oh, well, I have lots of... I'm great with the tech, so you can just ask me. Here's the channel for the... Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Hold on.
I'll tell you this number.
Hard times?
The number of subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to drop the link in for his channel. Go and check out his stuff. It's really, funny. He does great work. I'm going to step away for a moment.
It's good to see you too, Tracy, and all you guys. It's so nice to see you. It's a weird feeling around here for me. I didn't see Aaron every day because he lived in Truro, but I talked to him all the time. Like every probably 2 days at least or more. And so it's really weird. He was a big car guy, and I don't know shit about cars, but I know what I like to look at. And so I'd be out and about, and I'd see like this old truck that I thought was cool, and I'd take a picture of it and send it to Aaron. And I still find myself doing that kind of stuff. And then, of course, when you go to send it, you realize there's nobody there who's going to receive it. So that kind of shit is really weird. But before this happened, and I know, Seamus, you and I have talked about this, like, everything is energy. It's not a belief of mine. It's just how it is. Everything is energy. And so our bodies are energy. And so when we die, the way I see it is like, it sucks for the people who miss us, but our actual energy is now no longer trapped in a body that has fucking back pain and can't get out of bed and can't play basketball and shit. So when we die, our energy is free to do all the shit that it wants to do. And so I think I do have your number, Faye. I think so. I feel like,
sorry to cut you off. The NBA contract, does that play into it or no?
no, I was just noticing Faye, sorry, Squirrel. Faye asked if I still had her Skype number, and I do. So I wanted to reply to that before I forgot. But no, I feel like after I die, I'm going to play basketball all day long, I think. But, Aaron and Emily and Jolene, their energy is here. And because they all died at the same time, I feel like they're together. Like, the only thing worse than what happened would be if any one of them had been left here without the other two. Right? That would have been just something wrong with the universe. You know what I mean? So they're all together, which is how it should be. And that's how it always was. Hey, Blue. Nice to see you. But you know what I mean? So I do feel like everything is energy. I cry for myself because I miss my fucking brother. He was my closest person, told me when to fucking take a finger out, told me when to smarten up, gave the best hugs. He was like really well-rounded person, gave great advice. I miss him every day, all the time. But as far as how they are, they're fine. They're together and they're fine. Their bodies are gone and that's it. Their energy doesn't go anywhere.
No.
So, like, I struggle with that because I want to talk to him, and I'm not at the point yet where I do. I guess you're supposed to. It's just a weird thing because I do struggle with what I know to be true, which is everything is energy, and the fact that I miss my brother and my niece and Jolene. Fuck, that girl was amazing. She gave great advice too. Like, they were really good family. Really, really good.
We all need those.
But I got a pool. It's good.
Sorry.
We need people. That's one of the things that I find, and I probably shouldn't feel this way. It's probably a terrible thing to think of. But, like, they were a good family with high morals, and Emily worked and went to school and built shit and just wasn't an idiot. Wasn't one of these fucking idiots that you see now, these teenagers. I mean, there are some really good teenagers, don't get me wrong, but so she wasn't one of these idiots that we all know, that we all have in our family, where you're like, Jesus Christ, you are an argument for abortion if ever I saw one, And but Emily was amazing. So I tend to think there's a lot of like other people out there. Like, I think it just sucks that Emily was that person. There are other people out there who kind of had this shit coming, who kind of do bad things where you're like, why does that person get to live to be fucking 80 years old when they've done all these things, and somebody with a good future and good morals gets snuffed out at 17? But that's just my own shit. Like, that's just because it's my family, But, maybe not, because I tend to think that about other people too. You see good people all the time who get shit on, and fucktards who end up, running the country and shit.
Taking orders.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, what is it? Somebody mentioned something about him the other day. Oh, the pie. Did you see the pie incident?
No.
I missed the pie.
Does somebody throw a
told me
pie at
about
him?
it. Yeah, somebody lobbed a cream pie apparently when he was taking the knee. I didn't see it. I didn't look it up actually right now and see if I can find it.
Can we see it? I'm sorry to have missed that.
And I'm sorry if
I feel like that's
there.
no, that's just wonderful. I really believe there should be a lot more pie throwing in that direction. I'm not advocating pie throwing. I'm just saying, like, it's entertainment.
Look at this return I'm getting. Cream pie Trudeau. I get.
Whoa, cream pie.
I don't think I'm allowed to show
What
that.
have we got there? No, Pornhub Trudeau cream pie. That's funny.
Google.
We'll look at that one later.
I know where I'm going.
Oh, thanks, for instance. Yeah, I gotta go.
Don't worry.
Don't share my screen. That's so funny.
Wow, this is not coming up with anything. Maybe somebody in the chat can find
Amy, you don't bother me at all, like not even at all. So just be aware that though if you walk in front of the camera, you'll be on, but you don't bother me even at all. Okay.
Taking the knee. Yeah, it was at this anti-racism thing, I think, but I don't know. Apparently, it got kind of nixed right away.
That's so funny. There's that, and then there's some in there. I'm gonna give it to you for I don't spill it.
Or you can.
Right?
Come on, Teddy. Let's go. Oh, there you go.
There's no pie, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate. God, what I wouldn't love to see him take a fucking cream pie in the face. Or
I've got to go
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Sorry?
I said I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Am I inciting violence? Are cream pies violent now?
Well, not according to Google because it's a porn search. So.
Okay. I was just thinking that now we know skid marks on rainbow crosswalks are violence. I was wondering if cream pies are also violence. That's a true story. I smoke weed like it's air. It is a waste of food.
It doesn't matter who you got in there. They're all the same.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just a talking head.
They just follow orders.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get that video of or a picture.
Oh, that Trudeau kiss on the green screen Tommy gun? Yeah, that was pretty funny. I saw Blue Apple's video about that. That was just so funny. Did you guys see the Sophie Gregoire Trudeau video where she was talking about drinking menstrual blood? That was pretty nasty.
No, who was it I was talking with about? Yeah, oh, Steve. Steve is big into the Sophie stuff.
Yeah, she's a scary chick, that one.
Well, I think when you get to this level, they're all scary, right? It doesn't, and that's why I say it doesn't matter what party it is or any of this stuff. Like to get there,
No.
You have to think, how do you get there?
That's right. It doesn't matter who you are.
They're going to own you.
That's right.
But
right.
I mean,
and you do it deliberately.
can't remember who that was last night that was saying to me, I had, I have so many interesting conversations with people now, and they were saying to me that, no, I don't know if I'll be able to find it now. I want to get that picture that I had before. I think it was one of the, during the Nova Scotia stuff, of course, one of the, because immediately they buried it, right? So one of the CBC stories, I think we're on day 2, maybe day 3 of the National, and it was maybe now demoted to a 2-minute, 5-minute, second or 5-minute bite. And the rest of it, of course, is just nonsense. But in it, they went to the COVID story, and they had Trudeau, and they had the camera. I know I've told you that before. They had the camera from behind him, and it showed the people out in front. Sorry? Yeah.
Sorry, no, I was just talking out of turn.
And the picture showed the reporters and his, entourage, and they were all clumped together. Nobody wearing masks, nobody wearing gloves, and they're right in front of him. So it just, it was exemplified how much of this is being really, really piped up. But I digress, because I think, obviously some people are still there, and I respect their opinions, and yet our story can't be, and that's what they use. They use the little issues to divide us all, because we have unity on, say, this one. We say Nova Scotia bad, and then they want people in there infighting about other stuff. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so if we, start saying things like, oh goodness, chemtrails or things like this, then of course something happens in the mind. We've been taught, okay, listen, I don't know, I'm not supposed to listen to those people anymore. I'm not supposed to listen to that guy. And yet, so I want to try and stay focused on the Nova Scotia stuff, because it seems to be making headway. What is your opinion on that one?
It definitely is making headway. There's no question about it. People around here are fearful of the police, of the RCMP. I know myself, I wouldn't want to get pulled over by a single RCMP car. I really wouldn't. It would freak me out. I would probably call the RCMP and say, is this legit? Am I actually getting pulled over? I sent you that link about the RCMP cars that they're doing. I forget what you call it. How they have those decals that you can't see.
Yes.
How do I know who's a police officer when I need help if you're hidden? You should be, like, if I go to McDonald's, I know very clearly who works there. When I go to the gas station, I know who works there. If I need to find a police officer, it shouldn't be a problem for me. I shouldn't have to guess. I should be able to see a police car or a police officer very clearly and go directly to them without any hesitation. And I know, I haven't seen this myself, but I've been told that in Liverpool, they have, if I remember correctly, 2 vehicles that are plain vehicles, and one of them is a minivan with a stick family pasted in the back window. Why?
Yes, you told me about that. And I've asked some people. Definitely, they seem to be using vehicles that don't fit the normal criteria of the kind of the white Ford Taurus or the brown Ford Taurus that's just kind of blacked out, and or the regular police vehicles that you'd expect. They use these other vehicles. I've noticed that they do that here in Calgary occasionally. I remember the most memorable one for me was, and I've never seen it since, and it was many, many years ago, but they used a 1979 Chev Suburban. And I mean, it was old, and it had like the police lights, and I mean, there was multiple police cars, so this wasn't a phony one. I mean, and they were actually using that. I'm like, why do you need to hide around corners? What is the business about hiding? Is this not teaching deceptive practices to children? And let's see if they've still got that on their front page. Yes, they do. Here we go. If you go to the RCMP Nova Scotia front page, the first item, how to request officer identification. This is how bad they're off. In terms of, and let's see if I can find your tweet, or sorry, the tweet that you were talking about, the 2 chameleon cars, of the white cars that change in the night.
Yeah. And you know what? I understand the teaching of being like covert. It's not above. Oh, thanks, Blue. Thank you. It's not about protecting the community, because if it was about protecting us, we would see them. I remember back in the day, you would have, say, teenagers up in the parking lot in Liverpool playing basketball, and the RCMP or the police would come out and they'd walk around. And there were times when you'd be out at a park and the cops would come and kick a ball with you. But now they're physically separated from you inside their air-conditioned car, and they seem to be so much more militant rather. You used to be able to joke around with a cop. I always paid my tickets or whatever, but I always ended up having a good conversation with the police, whoever it was that pulled me over for whatever it was. Many times I didn't get a ticket. I ended up with a warning. It seems like the older police that we dealt with, I'm always respectful because I never had any reason not to be. But the people you deal with now it's like they want you to be mouthy. It's like they're trying to push you to escalate the situation. Whereas before it was just a guy doing his job. Whereas now it's like there's it's not the right word, but like cockiness or authoritarian. I don't know what the right word is, but my uncle says there used to be a few pigs in the police force, and now there's a few police in the pig force.
Yes. There is, they're no longer the typical. I don't want to use that word, but the typical quote unquote pig that we used to know, right?
Yeah. And it's shitty because it makes it harder for the real police officers who joined in order to help people. It makes life harder for them because people don't know that they can trust them.
I'm still trying to find, we don't know that we can trust them anymore because, and I mean, who has their front page saying, basically, you don't know who the hell we are. We don't even know who we are. And this is how you can verify it, which is things like phone in, pull over in a gas station, just keep driving. They did an interview on CBC at one point on the radio, and they're like, oh yeah, this is how you do it. I think that was actually Halifax. This has damaged other police forces across the country and their trust because of their bungling of not wanting to tell the truth on this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm
and that's why we need people to come out. Like, either way you look at it, I can appreciate that people are scared to talk about things. I'm not, like, I haven't had any threats or anything other than that sort of whatever you call it, where I had to listen to somebody talk about my video being inappropriate and potentially troublesome for me. I don't remember how they worded it, but then you see Mr. Ellison's video, and to me he looks pretty high grade. It's nice to see you. AJ elicits, hey, it's nice to see everybody in the chat. It really is. Bonnie McLaren. Nice. It's sorry, I get tracked off track. I mean, it's just a weird scenario. People know that this is a cover up. I really lost track of what I was saying, so I just am talking now for no reason.
Fear of people coming forward and how it's important.
Well, and it is, because you feel like if this is the police cover up that it seems so clearly to be, they seem like they don't have anyone that they answer to for their actions. Like that guy from Newfoundland, was it Newfoundland that you were talking about, who sent out some tweets and ended up with his head blown off. Like it's just, it can be, the thought of it can be scary, and it's a weird thing, because either way you look at it, it's scary. Is it scarier to stand up and be threatened and have them do whatever it is they're going to do meanwhile you're standing up, or is it scarier to just do whatever they say and follow whatever they tell you to do and end up in a fucking concentration camp or the gulags, or you know what I mean? Like you don't know how far it's going to go. You really don't. I mean, that obviously would be an extreme example of what, but are you going to stand up for what's right, or are you not, really, is what it comes down to. And just because you're scared doesn't mean you don't do it. I mean, if you're scared, you still have to do it. Otherwise, everyone would do it. But people who know stuff, there's got to be ways. I mean, I know you've set up tons and tons of ways for people to get in contact with you and to share information with you. And I know how, my words are not coming to me today. Sorry.
Okay.
I know how diligent you are about making sure that nobody ever knows who is giving you information. I give you everything that I have, which is pretty limited. You get a lot more from the people who are doing research, like all these fabulous people that are in the chat, and some of them are not, and in the Discord, and people that reach out to you. But it would be nice if everyone who did have some firsthand information, rather than dropping tidbits and hints, or trying to lead people down a path and hoping they'll see it from your perspective and follow, just tell it.
Mm-hmm.
Say what it is that you know, or you think you know. It's better to have more information and dispel it than to be missing a little tidbit and not know about it.
Every little bit.
So that's, yeah. And you don't realize what could be of really significant importance. Like, that person who pointed out that there was no push bar on that car, or no stripe on the pants. So I didn't even notice that. I don't notice details, not even at all. So for somebody to show me a picture or to send me an article, I read it. But like, I have a concussion, so things are so shallow in my head that they don't process. I tend to send everything to you and say, what am I missing? Because I don't see anything.
Well, and that's exactly it, right? We collectively, working together, have amassed mountains of information at this point in time. In comparison to what there really is, it's really, just a speck. But collectively, that enough information has really put the RCMP in a position of defensiveness. I've never, ever seen the RCMP like this, where they just do the shutdown. We're not going to talk. We have an investigation. You have to believe whatever we say. In this case, Campbell is phoning his friends out in Vancouver to write an article. Campbell is sitting down with CBC. I wanted to get your take on that from a personal perspective as a victim's family member. What did you think of the email that individual officer sent you, which was subsequently I learned is actually that's a copy paste email that they're sending to everybody. So it looks, even though it may look personalized, it's the same for all of the families that I've encountered. What is your opinion? Because they said on that Wednesday, listen, we're going to have that lengthy interview with Campbell on CBC, and then nothing came to pass. Nothing came to pass the next day. And then Friday, you hear back again, and they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, it's, CBC's gathering more information. It'll be out on Monday. And then Monday comes, and they just have one print article and never an interview. What is your thoughts on that as a person who was looking for that information that they're not giving you?
Well, I mean, it's really disappointing sorry, I have a spider I'm trying to kill here. It's disappointing to have been told that I would be getting information, and that because if I remember correctly, I think the email initially said that the report would be coming out the next day. And then I got a next email that said, because the interview was so long, right? Is that right? That they had to edit it for time frame wise or something to that effect. Isn't that, if I'm remembering the right chain of events regarding the right email, I think that's what initially happened. Was it was supposed to come out, and then it was so long it needed editing, and then it just wasn't anything at the end. And it's I don't know. Again, my thoughts are not really that deep. It's hard for me to really, I kind of go numb when I start thinking about it, and I lose my ability to objectively look at different perspectives. It's a weird feeling. I don't know. I feel like I feel black pilled. I feel like everything's a lie. I feel like every time somebody wants my address or wants to talk to me or anything, that they're trying to get me to say, I don't know. I feel like I just want to stay away from all of it. Like I watch you guys, and lots of times I don't comment in the comments because I'm just listening, I don't really have anything to add. I feel, I don't know, kind of numb about it. Like when the things happen, I'm still kind of in shock about it. It just kind of goes into a filing cabinet, and I know what happened, and I don't get mad about it. It's just there, I basically send everything on to you.
It doesn't do something to you though, or you're still in that, or is that the stage of grieving that you're
I'm
at?
in that's what I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for me to process. I'm angry that I can't get any answers. I'm angry that I saw the article about this guy who put this hit on Trudeau, and they know all about his gun licenses and what kind of guns he had and all this stuff that they're posting on in the media a day later. And here we are, 3 months later? And I still don't, 2 months later, and I still don't know what's true. I don't know any of that. I don't know what happened. We don't know anything. We know that we're being lied to. And all the information that we actually do have came from you guys, right? Came from you guys digging, citizens sending out videos, creating their own web pages that, what's that guy's name? Oh dear, I think his name is.
Oh dear.
That video, that channel on YouTube, from people doing that, people of families, friends of families like you guys who are digging in, and Paul Pelagno, and, people who are coming out and not part of who should be doing the work. You know what I mean? Like, it's not our job to do this. These people get paid to do this job, and they're very clearly not doing it.
Well, but it is our job as human beings to take care of one another. It is, and this is why so many people come forward. But I think you've hit it on the head there by saying, listen, if you know something, it is the right thing to do to come forward, because if you don't say anything, nobody here like you, no family member is going to get an answer ever. If people are in the chat, and honestly, and I spoke to Paul Plagno about that, and I asked him, I have my views on it, obviously, and I have since the beginning about public inquiry, that kind of thing. And I said, what do you feel is your and I don't want to misquote him, but he didn't have very much faith in the public inquiry system, whatever that ends
How
up
can
being.
you? Look who runs it. It's all retired police officers and RCMP, and that's like asking me to investigate my sibling, or it doesn't make any sense.
No.
There's nobody who's impartial. So there's no one. I think that's where it is for me. Is that I'm not convinced we're going to get answers, and I don't know what's going to happen to us on the way to trying to get them. These people clearly don't have anyone that they have to answer to. Myself, I was recently informed, because I don't keep up on this stuff, but my fiance does. He's pretty on top of things, and he was letting me know that the Hells Angels haven't had any kind of presence here in Nova Scotia for the last 13 years.
Yes.
And within probably the last 2 weeks, I think it's been 2 weeks, right?
Or more.
Adam?
Or
more recently, not too far in the recent past.
Yes.
They were given permission to have their clubhouses and stuff back here again. So when you stop, it's a criminal organization. It really is.
So
but we know who they are.
The question is, if they weren't a presence before, who was running the drug trade in Nova Scotia? The answer is probably RCMP.
Right. I don't know if you can hear him.
These kinds of
A la
things.
Mexican-U.S. border war. Same thing.
Yep.
Fighting from up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's so anyhow, and that's the way I feel. I know that the HA has got a reputation. I don't know any of them, but they have a reputation for being a criminal organization. But we know that the RCMP are not supposed to be a criminal organization.
And some of this stuff really gets you going when you start to question, how much validity is
right. Why now?
Some of this stuff. I don't know.
Cops don't want to let it go.
Right.
But
go ahead.
The truth of this will emerge as more citizens come forward with their information. When you said that they're not accountable to anybody, this is a misnomer and an illusion that they're not. They are responsible to us. They are employees of ours, and they're very out of line employees, which need a serious correcting. And the people are going to do it. Not the public inquiry. It's going to be the lawsuits. And I don't think Mr. Plagno would be upset by me saying that at all. He totally agreed with that. It is the lawsuit that is going to get the answers. And in order to have the information to back these people into corners, we need people who watch this video, who have friends, who saw something, who have a video, who talked to somebody, firsthand knowledge, right? And there are literally hundreds of people. They have videos.
There's so many people that must have seen something.
Yep.
If we had all those little pieces, and you don't know until you have all those pieces, what tiny little thing is going to just string that shit all together and make it all make sense. It could be the tiniest thing, and you just don't know.
Right. And when these people come forward, we have to think about that logically. How many witnesses have come forward to any of this? That would be one. And look what happened to him. But you see, if there are, do I need to let you go? Well, I'll just give her a second and she can. Oh.
Sorry, my apologies.
If I need to let you go or whatever.
I'm distracted. No, I've been like this. I can't.
If he
This
wants
is
to
what I
join us,
mean when I
I
say
mean, he's got lots of good thoughts too.
Adam does have lots of good thoughts. So I was wondering if I should maybe take my earphones out because he's really his perspective. Like I'll say things to him that I've had in my head for 2 years and can't see the perspective that he gets it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you want to join in? Oh, he's carving.
Okay.
Next time.
Well, good
Next
luck
time.
with the carving.
Oh, he doesn't need any luck. You should see his work. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Crazy.
He's been carving for like 8 months. It's ridiculous.
Did he
People
get
ask him, how long have you been?
Did he
Pardon?
get in contact with that person that I talked to you about?
He never did. I did pass the information on, but he didn't. He's had, like, he can't work fast enough. As soon as he makes something, he puts it out front, somebody drives by and buys it. Like
Okay,
if he could clone himself, he could make, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing that, and when people will say to him, how long have you been carving? And he says 8 months, and it's like mind blown. It's unbelievable.
Well, I do hope he'll
People have been doing it 20
let me
years and
buy
they're
a
not that
piece
good.
at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful work he does.
He really does. Yeah.
Um,
And he's like, he's funny because he'll say to me or his sister Amy, he'll say, you guys can do that. Just look, I'll show you. Grab this chainsaw, and we're just like, really? Do you really think that just any fucking buddy could just, right? I love you for thinking that I can do this, but I can't.
and
Yeah,
you see,
it's just
there
amazing. Well,
is exactly kind of, sorry to segue back, but it's the different talents that people have. There are people with computer talents. There are people with writing talents. There are people with lots of tech know-how. There are people who can do quasi YouTube. There are different elements to this puzzle, but each person has to put their own little piece in, and the information is so utterly vital when we have lots of people coming forward at once, which we are getting because there's 5,000 some odd members over in the one YouTube, or sorry, the one Facebook. There are 1,000 and change in some of the other two groups. There are 500-600 people that watch this video here. There are other channels that are mirroring them. So people are seeing this stuff. We need to wake up those around us that aren't quite awake, but the people who do have that knowledge have to come forward. Be brave. If it's anonymously, that's cool, but we just need that because you need it. All of the other family members.
Well, and we all need it.
Yep.
This is like, yes, okay, it happened to my family and these other families in Nova Scotia, but really the big picture is that this is the force that is supposed to be protecting us, and it seems highly likely that they're the ones endangering us. Like, these folks aren't even properly trained. I mean, you've got this woman who, I know you and I have words about this, but this is, and you know what, if people want to complain about my saying this, but you have that woman who's supposed to be in charge of all these folks on the scene hiding in the bush. What the actual fuck?
Yeah.
This is your job, woman. Get your fucking ass out there. And I'm sorry if you disagree with me, and feel free to disagree all day long. I hold my opinion that this is why women don't belong in charge of the fucking RCMP or the CEO of a fucking company. At least 1 week out of every month, we don't have any control of our emotions.
No. Well, and I
know, and you know what? There's obviously
dangerous territory for me as a guy,
but there's always those women who are the exception to the rule. I have a sister who rocks at that kind of stuff, but in general, no. I'm a great assistant. You tell me what to do, I will do it. But I don't know. I prefer a male boss because I feel like they know more about what they're doing. Somebody in the chat was just asking about what Adam was carving.
Mm-hmm.
And if you share my screen, I have his most recent carving on there.
Okay. You have to hit the share screen part.
I do?
Yeah, there's a button.
I'm sorry?
Share screen.
Oh, ha! It's a good thing I'm funny. Holy fuck.
Don't worry.
My browser has...
The YouTube skills are flowing over on my end, as people well know.
Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon. Oh, I get it.
This stuff,
Shut up.
I tell you. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at where we've gotten to. You know, every message is coming every which way. You got to remember passwords. You know, update this. Oh, toilet bowl spinning on that. Oh, blue screen. It's just a bunch of garbage. We're all going to figure that one out. The tech is garbage at one point, but that will come, and it all boils down.
Will you allow? Yes, I will. Why won't you let me do it? Oh, there we go.
I think they...
So are you seeing that carving?
Okay, here we go. Boom. Let's get that full screened. There we go. Wow.
Yeah, right?
Ooh.
Amazing.
Such talent, eh?
Yeah. Absolutely talented. Yep, it's amazing. And you can stand and watch him for hours. And he won't even know you're there. He's so into it.
Maybe there's people in here that will be interested, I'm sure, that, in purchasing something. Tara's information is always below. Her email address. Sorry?
He's Long Beach Creations, BEECH on Facebook, Long Beach Creations. If ever you were interested in following his page or whatever. He's really talented. And I don't think he'll mind me saying this, but he's also got borderline personality disorder. He talks about it a lot and a lot of his struggles. And yeah, no, he's talented. And like I said, he's been doing it for 8 months. And his first carving sold. It's just amazing.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find his page, which is really bad because I'm pretty sure you sent it to me. I thought I was subscribed to it or whatever it is on Facebook.
Fascist book?
No, man, it's the Berg. It's the Berg, but we won't go there.
I don't know how to get to it, to be honest with you, but it is on there. I'll send you a screenshot of it. Oh, hold on, I know.
Let's see. Page?
Yep. LONGBEECH. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Yep, BEECH.
Oh. Okay. Okay, that's New York. Let's see if I put in Nova Scotia. Oh, no. Of course not. Let's see over here. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's not hyperlinked, though. You've got some posts in here about it in the Nova Scotia Strong.
Yes. So is that what the problem is? It's not hyperlinked?
Oh, you're posting my videos over there. What are you doing?
Sorry, what?
Are you posting videos of mine on your page? What's that?
Oh, hell yeah. I haven't been banned yet.
Nonsensical. You're nonsensical. Maybe you're in that
I've been called
one
worse.
week. I'm not agreeing with
Jesus,
that
if I could
necessarily,
fucking
because
type.
before I get my I turn into a eunuch from somebody else. But
You are unique.
yes, I just don't want to be a eunuch. I'm worried that
No.
some woman may make me a eunuch. I grew up in a family of very powerful women, and you know, my dad did his own thing. He was a lawyer also, but he was out of the picture for the most part. And so I have to be. I've always been kind of. It's not as though they ever were feminists. My grandmother was fucking furious. The Calgary Herald came and interviewed her one day, and the guy said, well, they did from time to time anyway, but the journalist at that time said, "Oh, what do you feel about being, you know, one of the first wave feminists?" My grandmother was just livid.
No kidding.
Like, don't ever call me that.
No, I can't imagine she'd be happy about that.
No, not happy at all. Okay, well, sorry, I guess I can't really
I'm going to send you a screenshot of it. I don't know why I don't know how to do anything else with it, but hold on here.
Today, I'm not going to be an asshole. I'm going to be nice. Stop laughing, you fuckers. It could happen. Oh my. I won't dox you.
Are you trolling my fucking Facebook page?
Of course, you know it.
Fair enough.
Well, listen,
that's okay. I have
anybody who ever no, actually I won't show my Facebook page. I was gonna show my Facebook page, but that's probably not a good idea. May turn off some people, so I'll stay away from that one. Men are not better. Men built the RCMP that lies to you right now. There you go. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Now I sent you, I thought, a picture from Long Beach Creations on your messenger.
On the Facebook. Okay. Oh. You know what? It might actually just be in my notifications because how little I use this thing. Oh, wait a second here. Wait a second. People bear with the... Well, I found the owl, or sorry, the eagle. Very nice.
Okay.
The damn Facebook. People in the chat are like, "What the fuck, man? You mean I'm sitting around?
What is wrong with these fucking people?
Yahoos looking at screens. I can't even see.
Talk about stupid idiots. Yeah, these fucking retards. What the hell are they doing?
I know you sent it to me.
Let's try this again.
Well, I don't get notified very much because I don't have very many friends. I think I have on this channel, I have like 15 friends maybe.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I have like 40. I just sent you a link for it right now on Messenger.
On the Facebook.
In Facebook.
Okay. I've gotten people calling it the Facebook now. It's funny.
I know. It's
okay.
Funny.
Here we go. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who.
No worries. Thank you.
Lost
who waited patiently.
4 views.
So. How many fucking idiots does it take to get a picture up from Facebook? 2 in 20 minutes.
That's if there's no update, don't you know? Otherwise, you're waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah. And that one that you see there in the picture, he actually was he kind of gave it to somebody as a so they could use it to sell tickets on, so they could raise money for a foundation to do with it's a hockey team for young kids around here anyway.
$400 for the Eagle.
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
yeah, they're totally reasonable. Yeah.
He seems a bit happy with his work.
He's pretty happy with it. Yeah. We're all pretty proud of that. Oh, that's Amy.
I don't want
we just sit and watch.
No, there's some of the chickens.
He made that one there. That's a Nova Scotia Proud one, or Nova Scotia Strong, right after the shooting happened.
Mm.
Anyway, that's a public group, so you guys can all go and check it out. And
oh, it's a group. Okay, I'll join that.
It's Long Beach Creations.
I had to have somebody. So let's put that link in here. I'll throw that into the chat. And
nice, Gray Elf found him.
I will update.
He's very talented. He's one of those people that he can do anything. He can play basketball. He can run. He started running last summer, and for the very first time in like 20 years, he went running and he ran 5 kilometers. And he came back and he's like, I think there's something wrong. I'm not tired. I was like, fuck you.
Okay, just give me one moment. You're rude.
I know I am. I'm an asshole. I've been told. But the joke's on you because I already knew that.
Oh. Well, I am slow to pick up things. Okay, let's see if that will update now. So I've stuck the link. Hopefully, if this will save and update.
It is in the chat there.
No, it wouldn't let me do it here. For some reason, my YouTube page won't update. I'm just getting a blank screen for my YouTube page.
You're right about that, Ms. Fox. It doesn't matter if it's men or women in charge. People in general can be absolutely corrupt, and it's people need to take more time, I think, at the end of their day by themselves to quote unquote meditate or reflect on what they've done during that day. And did they make good choices? Did their choices help people? Did their choices hurt people? And you know what I mean? Like, if you could just sit every day, because I don't care who you are, there's something about you that you probably would like to improve on, or people around you wish you would improve on. I know I have a fucking list that I have to work on.
I have 0.
Well, I mean, other than you, you're obviously perfect in every possible way, but I'm not. Right? So everybody can look at their day at the end of the day and be like, fuck, I wish I hadn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm really glad I said that. Or I'm really appreciative that that person did or said that to me or for me. You know what I mean? Or, boy, I won't do that thing again. That's all you can do is learn from the shit you did and do better tomorrow, I think. Otherwise, I'm wrong, and somebody should hook me up with some more information.
And this is true. You see, this is the way that a normal person's mind works. A good person's mind works. Like, let's improve ourselves. Let's get better. The stuff that is running our world, to which the RCMP are just a militant wing of here in Canada, they don't think that way at all. They don't. It's just about anybody. It's about them and protecting their interests, and that's it. Who cares about?
Well, and they make.
Sorry.
They make sure that the figureheads are all surrounded by yes men, and I always find I try to surround myself with people who I get along with and who I like, but who I respect and who I also know are not yes men. I fucking hate that. If you think I'm saying something wrong, or you know I'm saying something wrong, tell me. Fuck, I don't want to be the guy running around with wrong information handing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Correct that shit. Make it right.
Yep.
and move on. I don't want you just to nod and grin and be like, yeah, Terry, you're right. You're right. No, I'm not right about things, and I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, brutal honesty has to return to this world. This is, I think,
Yes.
one of the biggest things that is holding us down is the dishonesty. And
Dishonesty. Yes.
the dishonesty in our own lives personally, it's there. Come on, we have to agree. Even the white lies and stuff like that. I remember somebody was saying that to me, and I'm like, no, there's no white lie. Lying is bad. Like, listen, if you
That's
look
what
fat
I
in those
think. Lying is
pants,
bad.
you look fat
Unless
in
it's
those
like you're
pants.
trying to throw me a birthday. If you're trying to throw me a birthday party and you shit quiet, that's something else. But if I say, hey, how does this look on me? And you're like, oh, it's okay. I remember I wore a shirt one time. I come out of the bathroom and we're getting ready to go out. And I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, what do you think of this shirt? She goes, well, it's not that bad. Oh, fuck, I laughed. I'm like, all right. I gave that shirt away right there and then on the spot because, people have to tell the truth. I don't want to be walking around public looking fucking gross. I want to know before I leave the house I shouldn't wear that or, whatever it is. Don't lie. It doesn't matter why, unless it's like something, some kind of surprise, but that's not really a lie. That's just a surprise. But don't lie. Fuck, tell me the truth because as soon as I don't know the truth, I get confused because I can feel that there's something wrong, but I don't know what it is. And if I know what it is, I can then navigate how to deal with it. I can honestly deal with anything. Doesn't matter what it is, if I know what it is. I don't like the question. I don't like to know. I don't like to wonder if I know what's going on. And that's why I don't like people who drop hints because I'm thick. I don't pick up hints. Like I am a sledgehammer. I don't pick up hints. I don't pick up nuances. I don't fucking none of that stuff. And so I need you to say to me, yo, dude, you're being a bitch. Or, Aaron has said to me right to my face, one of the things I remember him saying verbatim to me is, why do you have to be such a fucking cunt? Didn't bother me then. It doesn't bother me now. It's a direct question. He's looking for an answer. I told him I didn't know. I wasn't offended. He just wanted to know.
Gray says, I'm sorry, but I don't like liars. And I replied, you don't need to be sorry, Gray. The liars do.
Yeah, that's right. Don't lie to me. We won't have a problem.
How much energy?
And that's what.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
How much energy, do we expel trying to interpret other people's lies to us? And I'm not saying that they're malicious necessarily, but when you point out like, oh, about my shirt, I don't really know. I have to spend time thinking about that. What a waste of effort.
Ozzy.
We've got. We also have Oh Dear in here too.
PK, we got in there. Oh dear, we got a lot of awesome folks in here. Everybody in here is awesome.
Yeah, no, awesome. Like there's a real group of people who just want better, and all want the same thing. There's no leader. There's no anything. It's just the same, being human.
Yeah, trying to help. Being Canadian. We're trying to be Canadian and stick together when we know that shit's too fucked up to not stick together. And if there's only one of us, it's easy to make that stop. But if there's all of us spread all across the country, you can't stop that.
No, you can't. You can't.
And everybody who has anything. Sorry, Ozzy, I'm looking at your notification there. Anybody who has anything, like bring it out in public. Let us talk about it. If we find it's not true, big fucking deal. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, even just preface it with that. I don't really know or whatever, but...
Yeah, I don't have any proof of this, but this is a gut feeling. Or look at the time, Seamus.
What is the time? Oh. No.
It's a gut feeling. You can say, preface it with, I don't know. I always start my sentences usually with, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is my feeling.
Well, the smartest people in the world are the ones that say they don't know, right?
That's right, because I don't know.
I'm gonna drop.
Hey, Ozzy, how you doing, honey? That barbecue you had going on. Oh, I wish you were closer so you could make a barbecue for me.
People keep having barbecues. Damn you! My barbecue is broken.
Aw, go get a new one.
For a while.
Dig a fire pit.
Whoa!
That's how I do it. I'm afraid of barbecues.
Oh dear.
I'm afraid I'm gonna like.
Oh, sorry.
What happened? What happened to Oh Dear's channel?
Oh well, it's gone from I think.
1 subscriber to 102.
I think it was. I can't remember how much it was. 11 or 12 the other day, or maybe it was
nice.
20. I don't know. Plug this channel a bunch, and
oh dear, yeah.
Great work. And you see, this is it, right? Oh dear doesn't want to be known. I know that.
No.
You know, they've talked with me a little bit, and I do hope at some point we can connect a little bit more. And I think they know what I'm referring to, but they have such a great mind, just as everybody here does, right? And they're like, you know what? I know things, I can see things. I don't really want to say anything, but I know if I don't say anything, it's wrong. And so they really stepped up to the plate. And this kind of stuff, these kind of people in the chat, or oh dear, or the people over in the docs cord, unbelievable. I really can't stress enough how much respect I have for these people who are really stepping up to the plate, save the RCMP, which are in there. The really, really good spirit, Aussie. I mean, there's so many people plugging away, Mr. Moneypenny. There are just mountains of these people putting in all kinds of time because they do know exactly what you were saying before, that it is in their city, in their town. RCMP is across this country. They're not just a police.
Exactly. And they're not separated from each other. Look at all the movement of RCMP officers from one facility to the other. They do shit at work. They get in trouble. They move them somewhere else. They get caught for being fucking underhanded or domestic violence. A lot of them are charged with domestic violence. There's a lot of fucking violence in those people. A lot of anger. A lot of machismo, you know, like the actual quote unquote what people might consider toxic masculinity, which is a bullshit term, but you know what I mean? Like those people who peaked in high school and they want to still be cool and have people listen to them instead of just being regular folks, like, you know, like your grandpa might be if he got out of the military and went to be an RCMP officer. They actually take their job. It's like they've changed. I'd like to know what the difference is in going to the RCMP training academy now, as opposed to say 50 years ago or 100 years ago, however long they've been available. You know, what is their mission statement? How is it different from back in the day? Because it's not like you come across a random detachment with underhanded criminal people. It seems like it's right all the way through.
It is because that's how this system is built. If you want to get to the top, you're going to have to essentially sell your soul. And so that's what runs the good people, the ones who are the heroes, the police officers who are the heroes, the ones that go in there and rescue the kids, the ones.
Yeah.
Those people, likewise, their silence is complicity. You know, I appreciate all of their good work, but they have to do the right thing. It's in their code. It says,
even if they do it like oh dear does. None of us knows who this oh dear person is. They change their voice, but they still find a way to make sure that we have whatever it is that they have access to. Mm-hmm. We can see. Yep. They put it out there. I don't know who they are.
Yep.
but look at all the stuff that they're bringing to light. And so if somebody's a police officer or a witness and you don't want anyone to know who you are, you can do that. I mean, I don't know that I'd know how to do it, but or it's easy enough to contact Seamus. There's no point in contacting me for information unless you want it passed on, because I don't have any way of doing anything with it. Simply because I don't know what to do with any of it. Everything I get, I pass on to Seamus. But it's easy for people to send you the stuff anonymously. You don't tell anybody. You simply say, I talked to this person and they said this, and they can confirm it, or they said they can't confirm it. However, this is what they feel.
Well,
So
I try
okay.
my best in this day and age. I mean, you can't 100% ever guarantee an anonymity in the internet. You just simply can't.
No.
And they like that. They like that weapon on us too. But we can't fall prey to another wonderful piece of art in the making.
Oh, you can hear that.
Oh yeah. We can't fall prey to this fear, because by and large the fear is an illusion. This is why the RCMP at this point in time are on the run, and literally they are on the run. You wouldn't have Campbell reaching out to Toronto Star reporter in Vancouver, where he used to be stationed. You wouldn't have, who's a friend. You would not have the publicity wing of the you would not have the maybe I'll just mute you for a second.
Oh, is it that loud? Here, I'll mute it.
No, that's fine. I can do it. You would not have the Mr. Campbell reaching out to the CBC and saying to them, listen, I want to do an interview, and then do this lengthy interview and you never even see a sound bite out of it. You know why? Because if they do have that, there's going to be all of us all over top of it, picking that thing apart like a buzzard. Stream's over. No, it's not over. I can't unmute you because you have muted yourself.
Oh, there.
I can do the muting.
All right. Sorry. Fair enough. I can hardly hear it. Still? Am I muted?
Super loud, but you can hear it in the background. It's okay. It's okay. No, you know.
Well, I've got windows open, so I can go close them. It's no problem. It is a chainsaw. Adam's carving.
More creations in the making. God's work in the making.
I don't think she was in the stream when you showed the pictures.
Chainsaw is very loud. Maybe we'll
hang on a sec. I'm just gonna close the windows.
We'll take a break for a second. I gotta go and visit a horse.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put on some music or something. I'm sure I have something that'll bother somebody. Or we'll let Tara take over when she comes back. How's this? And I'll go grab a coffee. Miss you too, Ozzy. Good to see you back. Elevator music? You want some elevator music? Okay, I was just about to run out of the room. How about this?
How's that? Can you still hear the chainsaw? Excellent. Amy, are you from Nova Scotia? Your name sounds so familiar.
You are good now, my beautiful friend.
Ozzy, your energy is so good.
She is. She's pretty awesome.
You are. Where are you? I know. I can't wait to meet her. I cannot wait to meet her. Where are you from? If you don't mind my asking, Amy. There's a ton of Murphys here. Tons.
Maybe she doesn't want to dox herself.
And you know what? Yeah, don't even say so. That's awesome. So we're back, and I don't even think he's carving right now, actually. So let me know when it starts again if it gets too loud. I have headphones on, so I don't even hear it. Anyway, I guess that's really what we're trying to do, is just to connect everybody. Oh, DeBert, okay. Yeah, we're just trying to get everybody to say whatever it is that they know, or if they know somebody, or somebody might know something. You just don't even know what it is that will tie everything together, that will be that one little piece that makes the light bulb go on.
Well, there are pieces definitely coming forward. And again, like, you were saying before about the anonymity and things like that, there are definitely some things that I'm aware of that I'm at this point not able to discuss openly, but they are, a couple of these are real bombshells, like real bombshells. And, if you are in that position, okay, at least even then, it gives me I guess, which is, or I would, if they're okay, and in this case that person said it's okay that I can share this with a couple of people that I trust, so I have shared that. And not with somebody I don't know or anything. I shared that with you because of course you're a family member. And I shared that with Steve and Adrian, and got some opinions on that. Now, that kind of information.
Those two guys are brilliant.
They are. Adrian said maybe tonight we might do a stream. So.
Okay, good stuff. The way his mind works, he's very level. My concussion prevents me from having the right words a lot of the time, but he's very even. And he considers all the different perspectives and doesn't get too worked up. You know what I mean? He's got that really, he's always the same kind of tone. He never really gets too worked up. He's always stands back and looks at everything logically.
Did you see his?
That was painful. I saw a video of his the day before yesterday. What was it about? The one you're talking about?
About COVID?
Yes, I did.
Boom. I
did see that.
And you could tell he was fired up because he doesn't usually swear. No,
he doesn't usually swear.
And he was pretty mad.
No, he really doesn't.
That passion, sometimes once in a while I get like that, and people say they actually, because I remember I was like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm swearing and I'm getting mad and stuff like that. People are like, no, that's great. I like it because, it's real. It's true. That video was an awesome video. Like, seriously, I would rank it probably in the top 3. So those of you who aren't familiar, again, the link is below for his channel, as they all are. Tara's channel down there too, which apparently has nothing on it. But
I don't have anything.
You can still hook up with her, and then when she's come back to the fold, his video was really awesome. I wanted to say that too, because it was you were laughing there for a moment, and I don't personally want to get emotional, but it really was your laughter and your smile and the return of that. I was listening to an old replay. I put up the Mike Phillips interviews I did, and
I saw that. I watched that.
He said how much he respected you and how well you held it together given the circumstances. And I was just thinking how much that glow has returned to you, the laughter, the smile, you know, even though you're still really hurting inside, you are, you know, you're coming back strong. And I just wanted to say,
I'm trying.
It's amazing. It's so amazing to see you happy again.
Thank you. It's a weird thing. I obviously have never been through anything like this before. I'm certainly not to the other side of it, but there's definitely no way that I would be anywhere near as, you know, not lost my fucking mind without you and Adrian and Steve and my people that I have, like, you know, Adam and Amy, my sister, my friends, you guys digging. Like, I mean, it probably sounds terrible when I say this, but I didn't spend much time digging into things because I just couldn't, like, my head was just a mess, you know what I mean? And I couldn't even really process. It's still hard to process you know, you still think about calling, you know, your family or, when they posted on Facebook about that bursary that they set up for Emily, and it was her grad photo, and I hadn't seen it, and she's so beautiful, and it's just hard to look up stuff sometimes, and I think also I need I kept my mind on other things, right? We got a pool. Oh my gosh, anybody looking for a pool, good luck. You cannot find a fucking pool. I went on to Kage, and you have to be on there every day. No kidding. And then I went to a marketplace on Facebook, and you had to be there like all the time. And I would check, and there would be one, and I'd message, it's gone. Check it, gone. They were flying. Like $700-800 people were paying just for a pool. And then you'd try to go to an actual store to get one, and either like Canadian Tire or whatnot, they don't even have them anymore. You watched the graduation? I didn't see it. I just saw her grad photo, and that was all I could handle. But you try to go to like Canadian Tire, and they sold out their whole season's worth of pools already. They can't even get any more in. So finally, because of how small the area is I live in, I found a pool out in the middle, out in a place called Port Mattoon. And it was a lady, and I didn't know her. But when I talked to her, she was like, oh, I know your grandma. And she knew my cousin who came out and helped me load it. And then she knew like 3 or 4 people. And I said, oh, I'm getting this pool from this lady. And they're like, oh, is this her last name? Yeah, that's her. That's her. Oh, she's so nice. So anyhow, it was funny. I left there. She helped. Well, my cousin, who's a big guy, came out and basically did everything. We all kind of helped to take the pool down, but he did all the heavy lifting. And then she and I became friends. And when I left, she sent me out of there with 2 bottles of homemade wine and a bottle of homemade apple pie moonshine. So she's going to be my friend for a long time.
Moonshine.
Yeah. Apple pie moonshine.
I like the...
And I figure since there's apples in it, that it's kind of a breakfast thing.
There you go. It's healthy.
That's what I thought.
It's organic.
It's organic. And cinnamon will help you digest your food for the rest of the day, right?
That's what my uncle used to say. You know, he's straight from Ireland, and he used to say to me, he was like, oh, hot toddy, you need a hot toddy whenever I get sick. Hot toddy time, hot toddy. And I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. You know, that just gets you pissed, right? And he's like, I know exactly. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, yeah,
That.
knock
Don't
you out.
worry about it. Fight it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and there's lots of family members who come forward too through this process. Not lots, but there's a few, and that's really great to be able to talk to those people. I think they see just the love that's coming out here from essentially what are random people, right? But we are a family. We're all a big.
We are a family.
And
that's right. We are.
When somebody's
well,
down,
here's
the other people pick them up.
They do. They do. And it's funny because in this family, not just this one, but like this quote unquote movement of, you guys are so nice. Thank you so much, you guys. Like just the amount of people that are waking up across country. Remember a few years ago when you said you had that idea and you said, the only thing that we can do is try to get everyone together to work on things. And
Yep.
You tried so hard to get people working on something. And here it is. We're all working on something for the greater good.
Yeah, and there is no leader. There's no leader.
Well, we're all together. This is a conspiracy, a gigantic Canadian conspiracy.
Yep, it is. It is. Speaking of that, I mentioned that because I had a great talk with Grey Elf last night.
Okay.
Super guy.
I was just reading their posts here, and it's making me feel good and fuzzy inside.
I know these posts are great, eh?
I know. It's really good. That's what I was going to say. Within this movement of all this shit that the people here, we know that we've been lied to our whole lives about everything. And it is easy to think that there's a lot of bad people out there. And there are. But
Yep.
Look at all the good people that have come together in a group, which to me makes us all feel like there really are good people out there, which I know that I kind of wondered about, because you don't really see them until and then you all come together, and it's like gives you that good energy and the hope that everyone can work together and that we all do care about each other, because we do.
Yep. Absolutely.
And what happens to one person affects other people, right? It doesn't matter if we know each other or we don't. The energy created by such a terrible thing is bad energy, and we need to work together to eliminate it. And all the good energy and blessings that we put on each other and the support we give each other is energy that counteracts all that shit.
Hear, hear.
That's what I think.
Oh, you're totally true. It's totally true. If we have, let's say, let's look at it this way. Some of these are just basic logic. If you look at them, Tara's family, good chunk of Tara's family died that night. Now, okay, she's going to have a pretty shitty go. Now, maybe none of you speak to her on the phone, talk to her. There's a couple people I know who do, for sure. But the ones that don't and have never encountered you, but the people who do speak to you on the phone, now had that happen, you'd be in a bad mood. You'd be in a really terrible mood. And if people hadn't kept pushing and demanding the answers and coming forward, even in their anonymity or whatever, and giving information, now the RCMP actually literally have to start answering questions. So Tara would have been way further back, still all the families further back, looking for those answers. Now they feel like they're getting empowered and they're getting something somewhere.
Not only that, but like a lot of folks that have reached out to me in regards to this incident have become really good friends to me. And, they know some things over and above this that I was dealing with. And they were here for me when I felt completely alone. like, I mean, you and I talked a lot. Some of these people are friends that I am now going to have forever, and I would have never met them,
No,
right?
yeah,
Because we all come together for the greater good.
yeah. I have met some, like, not to be rude, but I met some fucking fantastic people. Honestly.
Yep. Amen.
I
Yeah.
talk to them on the phone. You know, it's not like I'm running around dumping their phone number all over the place. I don't think they're dumping mine. I think I've got phoned by Revenue Canada scam once, but the robo dialer, it's just awesome to see and meet really great people who have like minds. What's wrong with that? And
or at least like morals.
That premise,
right? We know wrong when we see it.
Absolutely. And that premise of, I can't do anything. I can't make a difference. I am just one. I have 2 words for that. That's fuck you. You know,
there's a song for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like all you have to do is look here and you see it.
Yeah.
That's not the power of one. That's the power of
no.
many.
That's right. But you can't get the many without the one. You can't get too many without the one. Right? Every one of us, even if I can't make a difference, I can connect with you, who connects with you, who connects with you, and all together we make a difference.
And so,
but if I don't connect with you, there's no difference.
Yeah.
Right? If I don't take that initial step, that's right, Ozzy. All you need is love. And, Mike's, Smirnoff.
You Well, I can't partake
I have
anymore.
a pool now. I don't have to leave home to drink. So
there you go. The Kovu. You get to stay home and
right?
and watch videos.
The Kovu Wovu. Yep. That's right.
The connection, so on and so on. It's the finger in the dike, and that dike is starting to break more and more. I'm seeing it. It has been like literally I could graph it out. There's been an increase, and it's starting to get quite dramatic, and I expect it to go way up here really quickly with people just spilling forward and saying, yeah, I saw something, or I was working as an EMS that night, or yeah,
that's right.
Down there at
somebody I heard had said, somebody I know who was working told me this. Yeah.
Yep. And no information.
Somebody somewhere.
No information is too small. Too small.
It's always going to be that tiny little tidbit that seems so insignificant that's going to make everything make sense. It always seems to be that one little thing that the person holding it was like, well, I didn't really think it was that important.
Well, I mean, oh dear, right? How many times, literally hundreds, have I watched that video, even online, so people could even see I was watching it? And guess what?
Yeah.
I didn't see the tattoo. I didn't see the band.
No. I didn't even notice that the pants didn't have a yellow stripe down the side. I didn't notice that.
But it's just different minds working together.
Sorry. That's right. You're exactly right. Some people are extremely observant. Amy, for example, if she looked at you for 2 seconds, she'd have a photographic image of you in her head. And if I said, what did Seamus's shirt say? She would be able to close her eyes and think back and know exactly what your shirt said, even though she hadn't actually read it.
Does she know names?
Oh, fuck that girl. The way they were raised, they didn't really have anything except encyclopedias. So they could all read encyclopedias by the time they were 3 and 4 years old. No shit, not even kidding. And they remember everything. Like the photographic memory is like, I've had some conversations where I'm like, I don't know if this is organic. Like, it seems like there might have been some tampering at some point back in your history. Because it's ridiculous. Like, I'm not kidding. You tell her a number, she's got it. You can ask her 2 days later and just say, what was that number I said? And she's like, she just says it.
Wow, that's crazy. On
It
the
is crazy.
people ask me, my top 3 wishes. My number 1
Yeah.
wish, funnily enough, is to have a good memory. I
Fuck.
still wish I had a good memory. The
Yeah.
amount of stuff I've gone through, or people, just even what I did yesterday, or people's names,
Mhm.
they just go away from me, and I'm like, oh, this is so rude. I'm not trying to be rude, or I forgot about this, and I feel like such an asshole, but it's just because my memory is like, it's selective. For some reason, it remembers different things. It doesn't necessarily remember names or anything like this, or what I did
Yeah.
yesterday, but it'll remember a date from, is your memory really good?
Mine?
I
No.
know
Mine was terrible.
since the accident, was it good prior to the accident?
I don't remember. I don't know that it was that bad. It certainly, what I noticed is that before my accident, I had a very, very gigantic vocabulary. The people commented on my enunciation, my vocab, because I was raised, my papa was naval, the very strict Navy, high level Navy. So you spoke proper English, you enunciated, or he wouldn't even acknowledge that you were speaking. And so that's how I grew up. But as far as memory, I don't know that I had the best memory. What I find now since my concussion is that I can remember what happened, but I can't tell it to you. So, like, I can read a book, and in my head, I can see the movie of what happened, but I can't tell you what I've read. I couldn't explain to you what happened. I'll be like, there was a castle in a place, and there was a priest, and he found something to do with the Masons. And I know what I'm talking about, but you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like that
Yeah.
with my other, my other stuff, about, right? And my other stuff is exactly that. It's always like, how do I tell this? I've got it. How do I
I've
share
got
that
it.
with other people? It's
Yeah.
not as though I know everything, but how do I share even what I know, which is a decent amount?
Yeah.
How do I even begin
Exactly.
to start to tell that story? It's been a struggle the whole time, to do that. So it's interesting, and I'm sure there's other people likewise that have the same issues in here. Some people like Ozzy apparently just have a photographic memory, damn you. But
Well, and that's it. Like, and like I said, my sister-in-law, she smokes weed too, and it doesn't affect her memory at all. And Adam smokes weed, and he's got the same thing. He can read something once, and he's got it. It's just amazing to me. And you know what? The sad thing is, it's in my genetics. It just must have skipped me because my granddad was, high level Masonic, but so he did a lot of speeches and he was reading constantly. And he stood up in front of however many people and gave major speeches all the time. He spoke 5 or 6 different languages. He was ambidextrous, and he could read a gigantic book, and you'd ask him a question about it. He could tell you what happened on what page. I don't know. And I have a cousin who can do that too. She's brilliant. She went through like 3 years of university without any textbooks because she couldn't afford them, and she got straight A's.
yeah, well, I mean,
But I'm lucky if I can remember to write shit down so I don't forget it.
I honestly don't remember what I did yesterday. And I'm not kidding when I say that. People think like I say to my mom, my memory is shit. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh no, you remember this. And I'm like, you remember? And I do. I can have a photographic memory of particular things. I remember when I was 5 and it was New Year's and I was in Palm Springs and where we were, and there was Ann Landers there. Well, that's not her real name, but Ann Landers was there.
Yeah.
And there was, whatever what we exactly ate, that we had lobster bisque and venison, etc. And I can remember that, but I can't remember yesterday. And my mom's like, oh, you remember that? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't remember what I did yesterday. Oh, no, you have
What
to.
did you have for breakfast?
No.
No, I don't.
I'm going to just touch base here with Adrian and see if he's around. Oh. Balls on him. He's not available till 5. Yep. That's too bad. I was going to see if he could jump in. There's the cat. I don't know the cat's
That's
name.
Bob.
Bob.
Bob Cat Hart.
Bob Cat Hart.
Yeah, that's my kid named him.
Is that like the emoji heart?
He is an awesome hunter. He's 20 pounds of cat.
With the chipmunks.
He's the chipmunk guy that brought the chipmunk into my house the other day. That's the guy. But he also is the same guy that guards the chickens. So what are you going to do?
Uh-oh. Well, Bob, you're a fail. You're a fail.
You go, boy, go.
How many is it? 11 dead chickens?
No, oh, right? Well, no, now that we've got something hunting them, he hangs around like when I let him out during the day. He'll have all the chickens in a circle and he hangs around on the outside of them watching the woods to make sure that nothing comes out.
Oh.
We saw a raccoon go through the backyard the other day. It was bigger than easily the size of my pit bull, who's 65 pounds. I never saw a raccoon that big. It was huge hump over it. It was massive.
What about the pit bull situation down in Nova Scotia? I hear they're trying to push for a ban on them.
Are they?
Because
I don't know. It's kind of stupid. Like, if you know anything about pit bulls, you know that really it's not actually a definable, for lack of a better word, breed. It's a mixture of a shitload of bully breeds. So, like what happened in Ontario, when they banned pit bulls, suddenly everybody's pit bull died, and they had a bulldog with the same name and the same markings.
Well, okay, so then you can use that as a reason why. No, it's not a pit bull. It's
yeah, it's a bulldog.
Else. Yeah, there you go.
It's a bulldog. It's American bulldog. It's a Amstaff. It's something
American
else.
Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I've been training dogs. The first dog I trained, I was about 3 years old, and it was my grandma's duck tolling retriever. And my dog Ted is the sweetest boy. I mean, he's a great guard dog. I didn't think he was, but he is. But he came from a rescue in the U.S. He was a year and a half when I got him. I don't know what his history is, but Amy moved in here in the last week with 2 cats. I just got a new cat. They're literally a pit bull, who is my dog originally, and somebody dropped off a Yorkshire Terrier. That dog moved in. Ted had no problem with him. We now have 5 cats. Ted doesn't give a shit. They all sleep with him. They sleep on him. They walk on him. They snuggle him. They love him. He looks after our chickens. So, like, the thing about a pit bull is that it's a dog. Don't make him mean, and you won't have a mean dog. Socialize him, right?
Exactly.
It's like you and me. Do you want me to know how to talk to my neighbor, or don't you? I'm never going to learn if I don't go talk to my neighbor.
Ooh.
And I've been bitten.
That's analogous,
right?
Here in this situation. Never going to learn unless we talk to one another.
Right. That's true. Oh, I love my neighbor. I have the best neighbors. Oh my gosh, my neighbors are amazing. And they live far enough away that we don't even see each other unless we want to. But anytime we need anything, just FYI, it's 420. If we need anything, my neighbors are amazing. They come. I sent out a group text the other day about helping me set up my pool, and I didn't even need that because I had Adam here to help me, but they were all over it. They come by when Aaron was shot and all this stuff went on. I didn't cook a meal for over a week. They just brought food every day. Remember?
That's what people do. That's what I remember when I was younger, and that was the first time I actually literally saw that. And I was perplexed. I'm like, all this food keeps arriving at this person's home. And I didn't understand why. I mean, it was little, tiny, and you don't see that hardly anymore at all, sadly.
No,
I
you
mean,
don't.
It's not like it used to be. And this person was just flooded with food, and then you don't have to spend the time thinking about cooking, and because your mind doesn't work in the middle of grief.
No.
You know, we've all been,
No, it doesn't.
and we've all been traumatized through our entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is something that has messed with our minds. We're constantly being told everybody's attacking us, and you can't trust anybody, and blah blah.
But you know what? I was out. I love Amy. I just love her. I'm so glad she's here. She's so funny, and she's awake, which is nice. And she's a loud asshole like myself. So when we go out in public, we talk about anything we want, and if it's political and gonna like get people riled, we make sure we speak louder.
Yeah.
And I love that. Right? We make sure that our conversation is loud enough to piss anybody off within earshot. Meanwhile, get them thinking about shit when they go home. They might look it up.
Yep.
So anyhow, she's so funny. She makes me laugh. But I love that she's here because that's what we do. And we're funny. Like, we're not assholes, right? We're funny. We make people laugh. I'll just be like, what the fuck is that, dude? She'd be like, oh, dude, whatever we're talking about. And we make people laugh. But we help people. Like, we let old ladies go first, or we just do random things, but we're out and about, and we're not afraid to talk.
Can you reiterate that story that you were telling me earlier about the old lady?
About the old lady?
I mean, it was
Amy and I went. Well, you know what? If you knew Amy, you would know that girl would give you the shirt off her back, even if it put her in a bad spot, just to help you. It's lovely, but it also is detrimental to herself because she's so nice. Anyway, we were at the DMV, and it was like we had been waiting for over an hour already. We got in line behind this guy who was from the United Kingdom, and he had a dog that was off leash, just running around. He was so cool. It was a smooth coated collie, so like Lassie but with short hair, and he had one blue eye and one brown eye. And everybody who lined up outside in the communist bread line before we could go into the DMV, everyone who lined up, this dog would go over and sit on their foot and look at them and get a rub and then go back to his owner, who was the person standing in front of us. So initially, because Amy loves animals and they fucking love her, and I do too. So we met hanging out with the dog, which meant we were suddenly talking to this guy. And so anyway, everybody who kept coming up, we were just kind of integrating them into our conversation. So we had people laughing anyway. And then at one point, this priest came out of his car, like blacked the neck thing and everything, thick suit on, and it was like 30 degrees. It was ridiculous. Anyway, eventually there must have been 15 or 20 people lined up, and we were finally right behind the guy with the dog. So we were right. He was next, and then it was us. And this little old lady, who I didn't actually realize had been sitting in her car in the parking lot for a little while before she got out. She had to be, I don't know, where's Amy? I don't know. She had to be 70, probably more than 70, because we met a 70-year-old yesterday, and we were like, that person does not look 70. So she had to be like probably 75 or 80 even, with a walker, like this little old lady with a mask on and a walker. She gets out of her car. She lines up at the very end of the lineup. And like I said, there must have been 15, 20 people between the front of the lineup and this old lady. And Amy and I just looked. She's like this person who's the other part of me. Like, I say half a sentence and she finishes it. So we see this little old lady get out of the car and stand in line. And we looked at each other and we're like, that's just not happening. Like, no. So she's like, I'll stand here. You go get that lady. So I walked along the line of all the people, and I said, you guys don't really care if I let this lady go ahead of me, right? But she's going ahead of everybody, and you're okay with that, right? It wasn't really a question. It was just, this is what's happening. I went there, and we got the lady and gave her our spot. And then, of course, the guy who was first in line with the dog, he gave her his spot. So she went right in. But it was like, of all the people standing in that line, had we not done that, she would have stood there for I don't know how long. And there was a priest in the lineup. You'd think he would be like the first guy to say, yo, do you want my spot? Nothing.
Well, hopefully
There was some funny people in that lineup, though. We had people laughing and joking, and oh, it was so funny.
Hopefully through your kindness, these acts of kindness, which we can all do every day, it spreads and other people see it, and they just like, similar to some people coming forward and they're just waiting for the next guy. If they do the acts, we all do collectively, including myself, do the things that are kind to other people. Other people. They see it, they feel it, and maybe, just maybe, they'll reciprocate it.
Yeah. Well, and I do feel bad for the old folks because right now they're pretty scared because they're all still watching CBC, right? They're not on YouTube. They're not any of that stuff. Thank you, Amy. God bless you too. And this old lady, my daughter and I went to Halifax a couple weeks ago, and we went to the mall because now things are open. But in the food court, you have one table that you can sit at, maximum 5 people, and the next table is closed. And that's kind of how it goes all the way around. So literally half of the tables are not available to sit at. And so, which means all the tables you can sit at are typically full unless you wait for somebody to be finished. So we sat down and to have our lunch, and there was this old lady. She must have been 70. I don't know why it's always old people, but she must have been 70 with her little tray trying to find a place to sit. She couldn't find anywhere. So I just said, come sit with us. Like, we're not scared of this COVID. So we brought her over, and she sat with her. Her name was Elva, I think, or Evelyn. Anyway, we had a little chat with Evelyn, and she sat at our table. But why are people so stupid?
It's the grizzled world. The world has grizzled us. And again, it's the trauma. It's the mass trauma that we're just inundated with all the time. And it's made us lose our trust, lose our love for our fellow human being, our compassion for each other. And, that's what's happened. And it's sad. But it doesn't mean that we can't change that. All of us. Starts with one. Finger in the dike.
That's right.
Yep.
You're absolutely right about that. The worst thing is when people like all these virtue signals, they're like, you guys should do this, but they don't do it. Like, I wake up in the morning and I don't consciously think about it, but I mean, the idea is to get up in the morning. Yes, the Wayfair story trafficking. Oh my, day before yesterday in the rain, we picked up a bedroom set out we got in Halifax. And the day before that, I was on the Kage website, and that Wayfair pictures kept on popping up. And I didn't know why. I'd never seen it before. I'm on there all the time. And then the very next day, the story came out. That is unbelievable.
It is. I've always wondered. I mean, we need more definitive proof. I do for some of this stuff, but it clearly looks like there's something afoul. And I always wondered whenever I went on eBay and those kinds of things. I never buy anything really because I don't like things online and these big, massive. I like the mom and pop shops, even though generally they're buying it from the same people. At least it's, trickling out somewhat in the community, even though it costs like 3 times as much. The idea of all these items that cost this astronomical amount of money. You do a search for something and something costs stupid money. And I'm like, why would anybody ever post, I don't know, a plastic pen for $5 million? And I just always assumed that it was a joke. I always assumed
or a mistake.
Or a mistake. Yeah. But you see it over and over and over and over and over again. And if this, in fact, is true about this is a way to do these, I don't know, just stomach churning things that are destroying our society. Many of us have been abused. I was abused, so I know.
Yeah, I was abused. I don't know too many. I know more people who have been abused than who haven't.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yep. Yep. You know, and there's no shame in saying that, because bad
We didn't
things
do
happen.
anything wrong.
Nope. Nope. Better have balls and stand up and say, listen, you know, you're not messing with me again. Ain't happening. And stand up for those who can be victimized. Steve did that really interesting video where he went, the man in Edmonton. There's a pedophile who was released from custody. Again, he's on trial, so you can't say he's guilty, but definitely the preponderance of evidence that's been made known publicly seems like this man is very much the person who did it. And the victim literally lives, he filmed that. He just did it as a demonstration of how far that victim lives away from this offender. And, you know, there's people camped out on this person's lawn 24/7. They're just camped there. They have photos everywhere, all over. They plastered the, you know, neighborhood to just let people know, listen, this guy's a shitbag. Again, he's not guilty, so hopefully, or, you know, he's not guilty at this point in time. But and it is a bit jumping the gun, but in terms of that stuff. But we don't want that garbage in our society.
The thing is that there should be charges on both sides. So for people who falsely claim that somebody has assaulted them,
Yes.
and it comes out that that's not true, you should be charged
Yes.
with the crime that you were trying to charge that person with. Because that's the first thing I think, is that until that person's convicted, like I just read something, or I heard something on Facebook today, and it said, it was Johnny Depp and his wife. And they were talking about how very minute details of their intimate personal interactions were coming out through the court case.
Yep.
And some magazine or something had said that they had published that he physically assaulted her or something like that. And then somebody asked them how they can say that. And they said, well, she has accused him, so we feel confident in saying it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been accused. He hasn't been charged.
Yep.
Then I'm on the kind of the other side of the feminist thing, because I feel like a lot of women, like, if you slap me on the ass, that's sexual assault. Okay, I don't like it, but I'm not going to fucking charge you. I'm going to knock your teeth out. I'm not going to fucking charge you. I'm not going to call the cops because you smacked me on the ass. I'm not going to spend the next 10 years in therapy because some fucking dickwad smacked me on the ass. Fuck off. Right? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be a thing unless it's a thing, a real thing, not you fucking cat called me as I walked down the street, or you said you wanted to do things to me. Yeah, you're a fucking pig. Fuck off. I'm not going to charge you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we charging people for shit? I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did do it, then you should one bullet. A sexual predator doesn't change. In my opinion, my uneducated, totally my own opinion, is that a sexual predator doesn't change. So if you've been convicted of being a sexual predator, especially towards kids, one bullet to the head, that's all you need. I don't need to spend a fucking tax dollar on wasting my time and my money trying to rehabilitate you when all you need is to die. Period. That's it.
I won't be as with the finality on that one. I can't. I don't think I can weigh that heavily yet. But I completely agree with you. These people cannot be rehabilitated. They have no interest. This is a proclivity, and it's a power issue. It really is a power issue. I know they always say that. I'm not really big on the psychobabble, even though I've been in that world for a long time. It is a power thing, and it's about taking advantage of somebody that's weaker, and how can I make them do exactly what I want them to do all the time. And
right, yeah.
I mean, that is, again, something that people who have good minds and good hearts, and you never want to do that to another individual. You never want to do something to another individual that hurts them.
No, of course not. Especially a kid. Especially a kid. You know, when you're doing shit to children, I just don't think you get a second chance. I don't know. That to me is I don't know what else to call it except an actual crime against God. And you know what? God might forgive you, but I fucking won't.
I don't know as God would forgive that, but again, I'm not God, so I can't judge. But I mean, these things are because you really damage a person. We're damaged enough as people, but when you damage children that way, it takes something away from them. I don't think that ever can come back fully.
No.
It doesn't. You can
It
move past.
changes something in them.
Yeah.
It changes. You can see the difference in kids when they play with other kids.
Yes.
And you can see certain kids are very innocent in the way that they play, and other kids kind of don't get into the innocent play. They want, you know what I mean? Like, I notice it in just the way that different kids interact with each other.
Yep. Yep. And you see, there are people talking in the chat here. I remember, I don't think I'm really violating anything by saying that, but I remember I was in a situation, let's put it that way. I was in a situation where I was talking and to people I don't really know, and I shared the fact that, yeah, I was abused. And this man, old man, and he just started crying, like uncontrollably. And he said, he was homeless, and he said, I'm glad you said something, because if you didn't say that, I would walk around with this inside. And he spilled it all out. And he said, he'd been raped by some people here in town. They drugged him, and he's like, I couldn't even tell the police because who the hell's going to believe me? I'm a bum. And I'm like, dude, I believe you.
Yeah.
People, these things happen to people, and there's no shame in it. There's no shame. There's only shame if we let them have that. And it's a weapon. It's a weapon. Well, you take that away and you say, okay, yeah, so what? Yeah, you did that to me, but there's no fucking way you're going to do it to me again. And I don't care, if the whole world knows. It doesn't matter, because I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, that's a personal journey, right? But to get to that
But you
level.
didn't do anything to be ashamed of.
Exactly.
The person who should feel ashamed is the other person.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at the chat here, like, and it's amazing because I know Ozzy is so strong. That she's been through so much, like a super strong person. And I do agree that you do. Karma is a real thing, and truly, what goes around comes around. At the same time, I agree with Amy that and Gray Alpha as well. I think, if I'm not misunderstanding what they're saying, is that certain sins, like, it's just not forgivable by me, because I'm not God and I don't have to forgive you.
Nope.
You touch my fucking child and see how fast I forgive you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if
you know what I mean? Like,
ourselves, we know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Don't mess around.
Yeah.
Because
And you know me, because you'd be getting a call from jail. Seamus, your mom has to come out of retirement because they need a lawyer.
I don't know if she'd do that. She's
probably not.
The book. I'll come and fight for you. I don't know. I
I believe that.
Law license, but there you go. I'll still come and fight.
That's right. God will deal with them, right? God's strong enough to forgive. I don't have to do that.
I like the idea that God is coming out more in more spoken of and proudly. Jesus Christ, and there's nothing wrong with that either. And I know that some people aren't there or don't, that's not their path. I'm not judging them. It doesn't matter. Wherever path you're on, but the ability to celebrate that is something that all people should have. And yet they fucking hammered that out of people. Who was I talking to the other day? Well, I probably shouldn't name them, but they're in this group. I don't think they're online right now, but and And they don't believe in Christianity at all. But they said, I've been reading the Bible. Ted said that too. Ted. And Ted's like, he's as hard as they come. But he's like, I've been reading through the Bible, and actually I kind of like what I'm reading. These are good things. There's nothing wrong in here. And I don't know why anybody would kind of dump on this. Celebrating somebody's life who's a good person. Like, what's wrong with that? Oh, terrible. We need God.
Well, and that's it. If you were to pick up the 10 Commandments on a piece of loose leaf that didn't say 10 Commandments across the top of it, but rather, 10 ways to live a happy life, if you were to read them, that would make sense. You'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Don't lie, don't steal, don't kill, don't sleep with my neighbor's wife. Fucking basic shit.
Man.
You don't have to be religious to have that.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't have it without religion. It didn't just come to us naturally. If it came to us naturally, then we wouldn't have to teach our children. We could just let them be, and as they grew up, they'd become normal, good people who didn't have any problems.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not how it is.
And
right?
You don't need to go to a church. You don't need to go
No,
to a church.
Fuck. You stay away. I would never take my child to a fucking pedophile stomping ground. No offense to all the people who like churches. That's whatever I've ever seen it as.
Well, there are good, just like everywhere, there's good and bad. And,
like everywhere, there's good and bad and everything.
Yeah, and there does seem to be a home there, in these certain churches that say, okay, it's okay. We'll just move you to a different parish. RCMP just move you to a different detachment. We'll just hide that.
Right.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Move you to a different school if you're a teacher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
I know that one. Yeah. And so that's, but God is everywhere. You're God. I'm God.
Yeah.
We're a piece of God. We're God's image.
And that's just it. God is everywhere. We are God. God we are creations of this. And whether you call it God or energy or whatever, it didn't just happen. And you can't deny that energy is everywhere. And if you have positive attitude and positive energy and people who are positive around you, you're going to have a better life than if you don't have that.
Sorry, I'm just sending a quick message here. Don't mind me, just because I don't want to miss this. Somebody has offered to go down to Portapic. I don't know if I've missed this though, because I do want I want those photos at the end of Orchard Beach Drive at Cabaquid Road. Instead of turning right to go to Aaron's place, turning left and going through there to the dirt road, which apparently is how Wortman got out.
Yeah, I've never been down that end. I never ever went that way.
Well, you have. It's just instead of turning right on the corner, it's just the other way. And there's one house, and there's a road that connects to that cut line. Let's see if I can.
That's right.
Maybe I'll just bring it up. I got to get a picture of it anyway. But I think I probably missed out. Maybe somebody else will be going that way. Somebody said in chat today. Doctors get cover. I'm just reading this while it's loading. Atheist here. I think goodness is still in people. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm trying to figure out. So this is Portapic, and this is Portapic Beach Road down here that runs parallel to the Portapic River. Down here is where this was Mr. Wortman's house here. They've updated the map, which was rather funny. But I want to get the Orchard Beach Drive. If somebody had pictures of the warehouse location but I don't want to be too intrusive on the neighbors. And here's where Aaron lived, Cabquid Road and Orchard Beach Drive. And instead of going
that's
to the right, go to the left. And I want to see this here, this road that connects. It doesn't. It's a complete computer simulation or computer. I don't know how you say it. Transposed to say that it connects to Brown Loop. I think there is a road there, but I don't think it's a passable road. And that's what I want.
I tend to agree with that.
Because I think that's the RCMP's argument is that, oh yeah, he just drove out that road, so we missed him. I think that's a bunch of shit, personally. So let's see here. I'll do this. Maybe this will explain it to them. Where did that go? Down here. Oh, I'm so appreciative, and I'm sure everybody else is here in chat that you just said of your own free volition, hey, let's talk about this. Let's see if we can get some people to step up.
Well, yeah, it would be nice if everybody could just put in there. Oh, there was another name of a place. Adam, what was the name of that place that Seamus said the other day that we chuckled about?
I can't do that.
Do you remember? No, Shubenacadie, he's got that one licked.
No, I don't.
There was another place that you said, it was so funny, we just got to kick it. Maybe it was Adrian. Talon. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Talon. What was it? Stewie? Was it Stewie?
Stewie?
I don't know.
Tatamagouche.
Was it Tatamagouche? I don't know. Anyway, we love listening to you because we get a kick out of it. It's so awesome.
Oh, Grey House.
Wait till you hear a place called Kage. That'll be a fun one.
Oh no. Are you asking me to pronounce something?
No, we were watching some show, one of your videos the other day. I can't remember the name of the place that you said. Oh, we got a chuckle though. It was so funny. Well, all of our names here are all Mi'kmaq. So Mi'kmaq Indian
I can't
names.
even speak English.
I can't say them. Anyway, I should go because it is dinner time here. I'm going to get some food happening.
All right. Well, thank you ever so much for joining us. Thank you, Adam, for sharing Tara with us because it's been a long time. A lot of people were asking about you, and I'm so glad that you got to share where you're at today. And it honestly, you're a strong person. We're all behind you. We'll keep fighting.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
Thank you for your appeal. And that wasn't solicited at all by me. You
No, it just
came forward and said,
you guys, God bless you all. Thank you so much for coming out.
All right, so take care. Have a actually I'm gonna Grey Owl's in the Docs Court. Anybody who's not, please join us. Information down below, Tara's channel below, Steve LTT's channel, Adrian's channel, and maybe I'll be back a little bit later with Tara. So God bless everybody. Take care. Thanks for joining us. And Oh Deer's channel. I'm going to add Oh Deer's channel into the information just so I can copy paste it all the time because awesome stuff. All right. Take good care, everybody.
You guys too. Take care. Thanks, Seamus. I appreciate it. I need no thank you from you. You are a godsend, and I'm just grateful for everything from you. You're
thank you
awesome.
for your friendship. You're such a good friend.
Right back at you.
All right.
You're such a good friend too. I don't know. We'll talk to you later. God bless everyone.
God bless. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.